Good evening, everybody. Welcome to First Responder Broadcasting presentation of Georgetown Eagle football, live here on the SHN Sports Network. I'm Wally Harmon, alongside Kelly DeVoll, Holden Tuma tonight, and the producer, Jerry Ann Harmon. And then we've got Jory Erickson and Jason Palmer on camera, bringing you live Eagle football, the last game of the regular season, Kelly, and we're on the road at Gupton Stadium, a big one against the Cedar Park Timberwolves.
Huge ball game tonight, Wally. This is the game that has the implications for seeding for the playoffs. If Georgetown can pull off a victory tonight here, then they will have second place locked up in the district, and that will mean a home playoff game in the bi-district round of the playoffs. That's what we're shooting for, but it's going to be a heck of a test tonight.
Injuries at this time of the year can be key, and the Eagles have a load of players that are on the injured list. A couple of players out. You talked to Coach Griffin about it earlier in the week, and it's one thing to talk about. He and I talked about it as well. To never in his coaching career to have someone go out with a PCL injury and to have two starters this year now out for the season with PCL injuries, it's just crazy to think about, and you just never know when it's going to happen. A key member of the offensive line and a key member of the defensive line, both out with PCL injuries for their the remainder of their senior season, and so a tough out for those players, and you hate to see it, but now next man up mentality has to come into play. You're at the last game of district, and you're looking to the playoffs next week.
And that's one of the things we've been fortunate about, Wally, talking about injuries. I asked Coach before I did the formal interview the other day about the injuries, and he said he has not had this many players that are starters suffer such serious suffer such serious injuries all in the same season, all at the same time. So the challenge now is, like you said, next man up. And they have done that as the season's gone along.
And one person you do get back is Landry Leggett. He is back this week. He missed a week after some alteration to that surgery he had in his hand earlier in the year. And so to have your senior middle linebacker back out there to run the defense is a big one. But players in his loss, in his miss, stepping up in a Cole Mitchell, in a I'm going to go blank on it, of course, as soon as I start to talk about it. But Cole Mitchell steps up. Number 15 doing his job as well. Chance Kelly doing a great job in the defensive linebacking core. And then players stepping up on the offensive line, or defensive line as well. Right. When you have Caleb Rieger coming through after injury, and now you have him alongside Luke Butch that is now seeing a lot of time on that line with Turbeville and Jake Decker and, of course, Big Michael Valenta. Stat-wise, Holden, numbers are what we like to look at, what everyone likes to talk about, but the numbers come down to it, right? Georgetown gets a win. They're the second seed. Cedar Park gets a win. There's a whole cog thrown into the system of who comes out second, third, and fourth. Yeah, and my perspective on that is always just take care of business, win the game. You don't have to worry about it. But, yeah, like you said, if Cedar Park pulls off this upset, we're going to have tiebreakers at the wazoo, going to have to go 3-4 deep, try to figure out where everyone lies. And, again, this win gives us a home playoff game.
Well, and what you were talking about, Holden, the score of this game, if Georgetown loses, is significant. Because if Georgetown loses by 4 or less, there's one scenario. If it's 5 to, I think, 10, it's another scenario. If it's above 10, it's another scenario. Georgetown can finish anywhere from second to fourth in the seeding based on what happens here tonight. You take care of your business. You don't have to worry about anything else.
5A, Division I, Region 3, District 11. That's what we play in. College Station Cougars, they are the district champions. They sit at 6-0, and they will host Hendrickson tonight in their final game. Dave Campbell's Texas football shows them as a 36-point favorite. Georgetown currently sits in the number 2 slot. They're here at Gupton Stadium to take on Cedar Park, listed as 2-point favorites, which turns into a pick'em game when you look at it in the grand scheme of things. A&M Consolidated and Cedar Park both sit at tied at 4-2 in the 3rd and 4th slot of district seedings. Consolidated on the road at Glenn as 23-point favorites tonight. And then Hendrickson, they host College Station tonight. They're the 36-point underdog. It's Eastview and Leander playing over at Birkelbach, with Eastview being the 14-point favorite. But it's all concentrated in those top 4 teams. College Station, they're guaranteed the first seed. They will host a playoff game next Friday, I assume next Friday night in College Station. But this is where it comes down to. If Georgetown can take care of business here on the road at Cedar Park at Gupton Stadium. They will host a playoff game next weekend. We'll just say it that way. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, they will host a playoff game. District 12, I believe it is who we match up with.
Yes.
They are in the same scenario. They've got games that really matter tonight. Bernie champion with Seguin and New Braunfels Canyon, Smithson Valley. There's a turmoil in that district as well. An upset here, a win here. They have to switch places. And so no one knows who you're going to play other than College Station knows they're going to play at home. They don't even know their opponent because of what could happen in District 12. Georgetown comes in 6-3 overall, 5-1 in district play. They come off a big win last week. They beat the Glen Grizzlies 44-41 on a last-second field goal to take the win. Eastview beat Hendrickson 32-7. Cedar Park beat Leander 49-7, and Consolidated was beat by College Station 49-42. What a battle that was between those two schools. It seems to be that way every year.
Yep.
And they were the other two teams involved in that three-way scrum at the top of the district last year with Georgetown. And so go figure, you find Consolidated in that mix as well again this year.
Yeah, and it was really interesting ball game because it seemed like, again, one of those things on paper where it seems like A&M Consolidated should have just walked away with the ball. I mean, College Station should have just walked away with the ball game. But it's a rivalry game, and you never know. And that's kind of what you're getting tonight. This Cedar Park-Georgetown game is a bit of a rivalry. Both teams are excited about this ball game. Cedar Park holds a tremendous lead over Georgetown in wins versus losses. But this is a game that both teams look forward to every season.
And you could talk about that head-to-head, Kelly. Cedar Park leads this series 12-3 over Georgetown. The last meeting, though, Georgetown broke a 9-game losing streak to the Cedar Park Timberwolves with a 40-14 win in the final game of regular season last year there at Birkelbach Field. Coming into the ball game, Georgetown averages 34.3 points in district, allowing 27. Cedar Park averaging 33.8 points and allowing just 25.2 points. So you're going to see some things out of both of these teams you got to expect here in the last week of the regular season. Some things to get thrown out there that these teams haven't seen on tape because it's going to come down to that kind of situation.
Right.
How do you take advantage of any kind of wrinkles that are thrown out and different looks that they're not used to seeing on tape? And how can this offense and defense respond given those injuries? Who steps into holes? Who steps up and makes a name for themselves here in the last week?
Well, when I talked to Coach Griffin, interviewed Coach Griffin, he talked about how big it was for this team to find ways to win last week and what they're going to have to do to win this week. Really interesting interview. Hope you guys enjoy it. Once again, we welcome to the Pro Glass pregame show head coach Chuck Griffin, head coach of your Georgetown Eagles. Coach, thanks for joining us again.
You got it, Kelly. Good to be here.
This interview, like every coach's interview, brought to you by Melanie J. Financial. Hunter Creasy and the gang over there helping folks meet their financial needs. Great win last week. Tough battle. I kind of started going back and looking at some of the conversations that we had, thinking about those conversations. I think you thought this was going to be a battle, and that's exactly what you got.
Yeah, I mean, I knew it was. They're a good quality football team, and they've lost a game by, final drive. They've lost 2 games by goal line stand, and then to lose our game with a game-winning field goal. They're really close to 4 more wins on the season. So they're a good football team. Duggar's a great running back. He's tough to tackle, so we knew it'd be good. It'd be a good quality matchup for us and tough physical matchup, and man, just proud of our kids, the way they performed and the way they stuck it out and ended up finishing the game.
I don't know that this team has won a game in this style, and you and I have had conversations this season about winning in different ways, and that's what happened last week against Glenn. Talk about how kind of settling that is for you and the coaching staff.
Well, I think it's great anytime you can go and have a clutch win. Like, you've got to drive and score to win the football game. I think that's really big. So for our kids to have to go and do that, we attempted this at Liberty Hill and had a field goal block. Kind of the same scenario. And it's exactly this one played out exactly the same way. And we're just able to knock the field goal down this time. So just proud of our kids, having some clutch plays when we needed it. We specifically talked some of the Butch Club the other night about the 1-0 mentality, and a good example of that was sophomore. Like, had a fumble, then catches a great ball, and gets on the field when he's not supposed to be, and they got to call timeout, and then he catches a great ball. Like, I mean, he had that 1-0 mentality all night, and several of our kids did. Big play by Brady Mann, our punter, that was huge. That big play, and then of course our defense coming up with a big stop there to get a 3-and-out to force them to punt back to us.
And with this Glenn team and what the Eagles face against them, that helps set up for this last game against Cedar Park and what we're going to face playoffs as well.
Yeah, just a tough mindset. They're a running football team, and we gotta be physical at the point of attack. We got to be able to make tackles. That's the way Cedar Park's going to play. They're going to run the football, and we're going to be able to tackle running back, be able to tackle quarterback, and do some stuff like that. And then that really similar style defense. Cedar Park's going to be an attacking style defense coming downhill, trying to get after us a little bit, and so it's good for us to see that and prepare for the playoffs for tough games and tough wins.
And jumping ahead to the game this week, we're excited. There's a lot to this final game of the season as far as playoff seeding goes. A win, and we lock in the second spot, right?
Yeah.
A loss, and we could be anywhere from third to fourth, right?
Yeah, it's most likely with a loss it's fourth. There's a couple of scenarios that have to happen to get us into third, and so it's a big matchup for us. I mean, it's a home playoff game versus being on the road, so it's big because of Cedar Park. It's big because of the playoff implications. But our big deal is that you've got to go 1-0. Like, you've got to have a 1-0 mentality. You got to be 1-0 this week. You've got to win this day of practice. You got to win this rep of practice. And if you do that over and over throughout the week, then you're going to be able to win the football game.
That mentality has really shown, especially the past few weeks. You go to College Station and you face a very, very talented College Station team and lose in a manner nobody really wants to lose like that. Team puts that beside them, face a tough Glenn team that on paper doesn't look all that impressive, but they're a good football team. Yeah. And you overcome the adversity in that moment and win that ball game. So that 1-0 mentality really seems to be now the culture of this team, and the coaching staff has done a good job to implement that.
Well, I just think that's my style of coaching. I think that's important. I just think that's human nature. You want to be a good person, you want to be a good man, you want to be a productive member of society, then you got to have a 1-0 mentality because life's hard. So you got to be ready the next day to do what you're supposed to do, how you're supposed to do it, when you're supposed to do it. And so we take that same approach to the football game. Be where you're supposed to be, when you're supposed to be there, how you're supposed to be there. And it doesn't matter if that's defensive philosophy or offensive philosophy. That's the way you got to play, and just doing that repetitively over and over and over, being process oriented instead of goal oriented is really big for us.
And this week against Cedar Park, that really has to be the dominant mentality, because Cedar Park's probably had this game circled since that whipping they took last year.
Yeah.
They've probably been looking forward to this game for a year now. Talk about the challenges with that.
I try not to get too much into that because we could get lost. I mean, I want our guys to have an edge going into the game, and I think it being Cedar Park is a big edge, and we've talked about some things this week about that. But in reality, it's just a game. Like, we got to go win the football game, and we're going to do that by winning this play, and then the next play line it up and winning this play, and then do it in the next play, you win this play, and that's how we're going to win the football game, regardless of who it is. I've never been big at circling opponents and trying to do that, but there is an edge to it. You got to have a mentality that you're ready to go for these type of games. So we've talked about that some, but really, again, it just comes down to winning reps throughout the game.
What are the Timberwolves going to bring this week that has you most concerned?
Arp's turned into a really good quarterback, and he's doing a good job of conducting them. And what I see out of them is they're trending up. Like, they've gotten better the last 3 or 4 weeks. They're just getting better and better. And, us, we're a little bit banged up. So that's probably my biggest concern is we're not as healthy as we'd like to be. But he's a good quarterback. And then defensively, they're just an attacking style defense. They never look too big or too fast, but man, they get after you, and they get on the attack, and we're going to have to be able to handle that and confront that when we need to, and make plays when we need to.
So who are your performers that really stood out last week's game?
Luke Butch in the defensive front ended up with 5 tackles and 3 tackles for loss and a sack. Our linebacker was Mason Goggins, had 9 tackles. And then our defensive back was Alex Wilson, had 10 tackles on the night and a pass breakup, and that's not real. You don't see that out of DBs having that many that many tackles, but just that style of offense is we had to get in there and make a bunch of tackles. Then Garrett Lloyd had 10 tackles and 3 tackles for loss. Brandon Hargrove played really good up front for us, graded out the highest, had 4 pancakes. Our back of the week was Noah. He was 22 of 32 for 362 yards and 3 touchdowns. I mean, that's pretty impressive. And then Xavier Warren was our wide receiver. He had 6 receptions for 150 yards on the night. 3 really big ones, including the one that set us up for the game winner. And then our Code Blue player of the week were Petter. He had 277 yards rushing and 3 touchdowns. And then Cody Hollybeck had 134 total yards and 3 touchdowns on the night, so including a big run for a touchdown. He had all 3 receiving touchdowns on the night. So that was really big. I'm really proud of our field goal team coming in clutch and making a big play there. And also our punter, Brady Mann, just coming in, that snap over his head and picking up and maybe having his best punt of the night, out of that situation. And that was pretty impressive.
Well, and it's kind of ironic that was the 2 guys that we interviewed, the kicker and the punter, and they had significant roles in this win. Absolutely. And I don't know that there was a bigger play than that punt that he made in that circumstance.
Yeah, that was big because we almost went for it on 4th down there and just thinking, man, if we don't get this, they're going to be in great scoring position or put us in a position where we can't go score. And then so we decided to punt and snap it over his head. And you're thinking, oh my goodness, what did I just do? And he turns it into a great play. So made us look like a genius punting in that situation.
Well, Coach, we are definitely looking forward to the game Friday night. We're excited to watch the guys take on the Timberwolves over at Gupton Stadium. Should be a beautiful night.
Yep, it's going to be a good night.
Well, Coach, so much congratulations not only on the win last week, but on securing the playoff spot, another playoff spot. Georgetown back in the playoffs again. And we've kind of grown accustomed to that, but we don't want to minimize that accomplishment. Congratulations to you and the staff and all the guys.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Coach. We appreciate it. We always appreciate you taking the time. And we'll see you Friday night.
All right. See you, Kelly.
Folks, that's head coach Chuck Griffin, your Georgetown Eagles. Pro Glass pregame show will count down to kickoff. We'll continue right after this.
This season's interviews with Coach Chuck Griffin are brought to you by Melanie J. Financial. Melanie J. Financial is a highly experienced wealth advisory firm with over 2 decades of expertise. Our team of expert financial advisors is ready to serve you, and we offer the convenience of in-person consultations at your location. One of our financial advisors is 2016 Georgetown football alumnus Hunter Creasy. Go to MelanieJFinancial.com to book your free financial consultations.
Here live at the JCT Memorial Broadcast Booth, brought to you by JMTs. We're at Gupton Stadium, Cedar Park, Texas. The Cedar Park Timberwolves welcome in your Georgetown Eagles for the final game of the regular season. Holden, season-wise, I guess a grand view of things for the Georgetown Eagles. Talk about some of the big names that we're used to talking about. Petter, Boris, on the defensive side, some of your big tacklers. What are some of the big stats for the year that this team has might be surprising to us?
Yeah, so really, obviously this year's offensive production has been down from last year. Last year we had big-time playmakers on all spots. This year, a lot more inexperience. On the season so far, I've got Noah Boris at 2,300 yards, 21 touchdowns to 7 interceptions. Andrew Petter has got 1,149 yards, 18 touchdowns on the year, so about what we expected from him. But an interesting statistic that I just saw today, Cody Hollybeck, he's got 745 yards, but 11 touchdowns, which is half of the total passing touchdowns of the season. So he's really been the red zone threat. The next leading guy is 3, who is Andrew Petter with 3 receiving touchdowns. So he's really been the guy in the red zone, which has kind of been the shock of the year. Cody Hollybeck kind of blossoming into that wide receiver 1 role. Over the past 2 weeks, he had 16 catches in one game, I think, against Glenn. 23 catches last 2 weeks, 287 yards, and 5 touchdowns. So I'm fully expecting another big game from him.
And one thing you can say about Hollybeck, several of those touchdowns don't even come in the red zone.
Right.
They come 50, 60, 70 yards down the field when he breaks out and takes off down the sideline. Xavier Warren had a big game last week, 3 huge catches for Warren on big plays, the one none bigger than the big catch to lay out and get the Eagles in field goal position there to kick the game-winning field goal by Aaron Guzman. Defensively side of the ball, Kelly and Holden, I think names that pop out the most have to be ones that I'm just guessing without looking at stats. Mason Goggins and Garrett Lloyd, they fly to the ball at all points. Michael Valenti, you talk about a big guy like that draws a lot of attention, that allows the linebackers to have an opportunity to make hits and to make tackles. What are some of those defensive numbers, Holden?
So defensively, our leading tackler is Big Michael Valenti. He's got 51 on the season, 6 tackles for loss, and 1.5 sacks. The sack total is actually a stat that I wanted to make note of. Georgetown on the season has only got 12 sacks. Their leading sacks is split 3 ways between 3 guys with 2 sacks in the year, which is Landry Leggett, who all those 2 sacks came in 1 game, Andrew Urban, who was out for the year, and Caleb Rieger all have 2 sacks. So I'm kind of hoping for this game, see more of a pass rush kind of blossom from this defensive front. But other than that, we've got a lot of big playmakers in that 50 tackle range. Like you said, Mason Goggins has 48. Seth Warren's got 48 of his own. So there's a big-time players on all levels of the field.
And Wally, where this defense has had some struggles this year has been in that running game. Liberty Hill, who runs almost exclusively, Glenn, who runs almost exclusively. They threw way more passes than Liberty Hill does. They're going to have to stop the run tonight. And that boils down to got to tackle, got to take care of your assignments like Coach Griffin talks about.
This week, tackling will be key. A good team in Cedar Park. They started out slow on the year, but they have turned that around as they sit at 6-3 on the year, just like Georgetown, 4-2 in district. Their 2 losses coming to A&M Consolidated and College Station. The starting lineups, Kelly, you ready for those? Let's get to it.
Let's do this. So your starting lineups tonight for the Cedar Park Timberwolves first. We'll start on offense with the Timberwolves as well as we will with Georgetown. On offense for the Timberwolves tonight, left tackle is number 65, Nathaniel Allen. He's a junior. Left guard is number 77, Davis Williams, a senior. The center is number 50, junior Wyatt Valentia. I think I'm saying that right. Valente. Right. Valiente. Right guard is number 62, Munir Alzair. He's a senior. The right tackle is number 56, Alan Vicarelli. He is a senior. The wide receivers are number 15, Blake Suber, senior, and wide receiver number 18, Carter Wool. He's a senior. The slot receivers, number 13, Gavin Chapa. He's a senior. The tight end is number 88, senior Josh Pecci. The running back is number 21, Trey Hill, a sophomore. And quarterback is number 3, Aiden Arp, and Aiden is a senior. On defense for the Timberwolves, the end is number 90, Henry Wicker. He's a senior. The nose tackle is number 94, senior Caleb Castro, left an A out of there. And on the other end of the line, number 44, Alex Grayson, a senior. One outside linebacker is Jaheim Porter. He's number 9, and he is a sophomore. The inside linebackers are number 31, Reed Vines. He's a senior. And the other inside linebacker is Logan Wickets. He's number 46, and he is a junior. The other outside linebackers wearing number 27, Isaiah King, and he is a senior. The 2 corners are Cole McLaughlin, number 2, a senior, and number 22, Garrett Nichols, a junior. The 2 safeties are number 7, Garrison Cockrell, a senior, and number 20, Ben Ramos, a junior. For your Georgetown Eagles tonight, again, starting with the offense, number 54, Max Gates starts at right tackle. Max is a junior. Number 75, Brant Hargrove is a junior. He's the right guard. The center is number 59, Whit Posey. Whit is a senior. Number 72, Ian Sanders, the senior left guard, is on the left side of the line. And left tackle is number 78, Sam Lopez. Sam's a sophomore. Number 8, Jacob Weisheimer is the senior tight end, also plays at the H-back position. Number 2, Devin Sadwick is the junior wide receiver. The other wide receiver is number 18, Yvonne Espinoza. Yvonne's a senior. Number 7, Gavin Calloway is a senior defensive back. And playing receiver, I think, tonight on offense in the slot. Number 26, Cody Hoyback's a slot receiver as well. He's a senior. Running back is number 22, Andrew Petter. Andrew is a senior. And Noah Boris, number 12, is the senior quarterback. On defense for the Eagles tonight, Caleb Rieger, number 42, starts at the end position on the line. Number 90, Luke Butch. Do Do I say that right? Luke Butch is a junior, and he's a nose tackle. Defensive tackle is Michael Valenta, number 99. He's a senior. You'll be hearing that name a lot tonight. Number 38, Dylan Turberville, is a junior, and he is the bandit. And number 13, back on the field tonight, Landry Leggett, the senior Mike linebacker. Number 9, Seth Warren, is the whip. He's a junior. And number 14, Mason Goggins, is a senior razor. Number 24, O.C. Presley, is senior cornerback. Number 5, Jaheim Dowd, is on the other corner, and Jaheim's a junior. Garrett Lloyd, number 16, is a senior safety, and the other safety is number 25, Alex Wilson, a junior. On special teams for the Eagles tonight, number 30, Aaron Guzman, is the senior kicker. May punt some tonight as well. We will see. Number 99, Big Michael Valenta, is the snapper on points after and field goals. The holder is number 12, Noah Boris, the senior quarterback. And the punter kicker is number 37, Brady Mann. On kick returns, you will see Andrew Petter back there some, and you will also see Gavin Calloway. Gavin's a senior and a kick return specialist on kickoffs. And those are your starting lineups. Starting lineups are brought to you by Aesthetic Dentistry of Georgetown. The Pro Glass pregame show, countdown to kickoff, will be back right after this.
This season's starting lineups are brought to you by Aesthetic Dentistry of Georgetown. The mission and purpose of our Aesthetic Dentistry team is to help provide a quality life with healthy and beautiful smiles. We want to develop relationships with our patients and always provide an amazing experience for them. Let us help you determine if a highly trained cosmetic dentist is the best option for your smile. We're located at 3622 Williams Drive, Building 2 in Georgetown, Texas. Visit our webpage at www.aestheticdentistrygt.com or call 512-819-9100. Jason Chance Tompkins Memorial Broadcast Booth is brought to you by JMTs. JMTs provides custom apparel and promotional items to small businesses, schools, and nonprofit organizations. Our services include screen printing, embroidery, and promotional items. Our game-changing direct-to-film printing allows JMTs to print full-color graphics on your garments. JMTs has the experience and confidence to take on any order. Visit our website at jmts.com or call us at 512-388-5555.
And we welcome you back to the Pro Glass countdown to kickoff. We appreciate Pro Glass, Aesthetic Dentistry, Melanie J Financial, and all of our advertisers and sponsors who help us keep these broadcasts free of charge. So, folks, if you're in Georgetown, you get the opportunity to visit these folks who have been kind enough and generous enough to sponsor these programs. Please, please, please stop by. Let them know you appreciate their support so that we can keep these free. Holden, what do you think the big keys are going to be tonight for both teams?
Well, the biggest is something you touched on earlier, which is stopping the run for this Georgetown Eagles defense. Trey Hill, number 21, is averaging 113 a game right now for Cedar Park. So they can run the ball. If we let them run the ball well, they can run it every play. So they need to be intentional about being physical at the line of scrimmage, controlling that front, and making sure that they can't run the ball down our throats.
Well, folks, we are going to pause right now. Well, no, teams aren't out yet. They won't do the anthem. We thought they were about to do the anthem, but they won't do the anthem until the teams come out. And Holden, I agree with you. For Georgetown tonight, I think the key is going to be ball control. Keep the ball away from the Timberwolf offense and sure tackling on defense. I think those are going to be the two biggest keys with a couple of shots downfield on offense.
Yeah, absolutely. And something I might add is checking in on Andrew Petter's health because he got his ankle dinged up last week. He's going to be active tonight. We're going to see kind of the split he's getting. He's kind of gotten 25 carries a game up to this point. I'm not fully expecting him to get that workload tonight. We might see more Hollyback in the backfield or some other guys. So keeping him healthy but keeping him productive is going to be a big key for this offense because without him, I really don't know what this offense is going to look like.
So since Doppler Dave's not with us, he is actually in College Station. His daughter is getting her senior ring at Aggieland, and he is there celebrating with her. So congratulations to Emily, the goat hobbler, and getting her ring. We will say that it is an absolutely beautiful night for Texas high school football tonight. Currently 68 degrees here at Gupton Stadium in Cedar Park, Texas. The wind on your screen is blowing right to left. Pretty good wind right now, but there's a pretty good chance that's going to die down some. No chance of rain. Just a beautiful night for high school football. And Wally, this setting is absolutely tremendous for the ball game that's going to get played here tonight.
Maybe one of the best you're going to see in the Central Texas area tonight. Both teams with a lot on the line. Both teams with a respectful dislike for each other. A battle that's ensued between these two teams. And what you wonder where things are going to go next year with the changes in districting and moves in 6A, 5A, D1, D2. It looks like numbers at Cedar Park are down, according to after their redistricting and redrawing the lines. And so it's a beautiful night for football, and you know Georgetown couldn't ask for anything better. They've got a beautiful night. There's nothing to blame it on. It's an opportunity to make a difference. And who steps up?
Yep.
Which team is ready to go and makes a stand early and often to win this ball game? Watch for Cody Hollubeck. I think you may see him in the backfield quite a bit. Gavin Calloway may get his hands on the ball a lot more out of the slot position. But a name that you might hear tonight and you might hear in the next few weeks, and you will definitely hear the next couple of years, is Luke Livingston. Just put that in the back of your mind as the Cedar Park Timberwolves take the field, senior night 2024 here at Gupton Stadium. But Luke Livingston, put that in the back of your minds. You're going to hear that name, I have a feeling, a couple of times tonight, but definitely in the near future for this Georgetown football team.
Yeah, and it's going to be really interesting. This is going to be one of those circumstances where somebody's got to step up, and it's going to be fun to watch his sophomore and see what he can do. Maybe a slight delay because there's a crew out working on a hole that's in the AstroTurf. How old am I? In the artificial turf here at Gupton Stadium. So they're trying to get that repaired. The referee just came out and had a conversation with them. So hopefully they'll get it repaired. The clock says 7 minutes until kickoff, but we'll see if that holds up.
The pregame show is brought to you by ProGlass, located at 2303 South Austin Avenue in Georgetown, Central Texas choice for RV, heavy equipment, and auto glass since 1998. Windshield chip repairs in under 30 minutes, no appointment necessary. Visit their website, www.proglasstx.com, or give them a call, 512-930-1365. The home team, the Cedar Park Timberwolves, in the all-black, Kelly. The black pants, black jerseys with white numerals, black helmets. The Eagles in the black pants, silver jerseys, silver helmets across the way as they get ready to come through the inflatable. Keys to the game, Kelly, your thoughts. What does Georgetown have to do to come out of Gupton Stadium with a win tonight?
I think the biggest key for the Eagles tonight is going to be the defensive side of the ball. That defense is going to have to tackle, and the corners and safeties are going to have to shut that pass game down, not let themselves get beat deep. We saw them get beat deep a couple of times previous games, but Cedar Park has really improved as the season went on. Early in the season, they struggled some. They have put the pieces together. Georgetown started putting the pieces together, and then the injury bug started hitting, so that caused a little bit of a hiccup. They're still playing pretty good football, and I think this is going to be an exciting game tonight, where the point of attack on both sides is going to be really interesting to watch tonight. So I'll be watching that line of scrimmage a bunch.
Holden, your thoughts and what Georgetown has to do to come out victorious tonight?
My biggest thing is taking the pressure off of Andrew Petter, letting him get the amount of carries he wants to rather than he feels like he has to. Because if we're having him still get 25 carries on an iffy ankle, we might be in a bit of trouble. So I would go giving Cody Hollubeck the ball in space, whether that's out of the backfield. We like getting him the swing passes and RPOs, any way to get him the ball and then let him work down the field.
Georgetown takes the field on the far side of Gupton Stadium. I think, Kelly, one name we haven't mentioned here in the pregame that may play a vital role in this ball game, Xavier Warren.
Yes.
He's a Keelan Robinson type of player for the Texas Longhorns. He likes to get the ball in just different scenarios, different options, different plays. And I think a weapon here that may get used quite a bit tonight in different looks to kind of get the ball out of the hands of Andrew Petter and out of the hands of Boris quicker and let him use that speed that he has, maybe even a little bit extra Gavin Calloway, in taking advantage of the speed between those two players.
Did you say for the Texas Longhorns?
Texas Longhorns. The Keelan Robinson of the Texas Longhorns.
Gotcha.
He is that style of player. The captains head to the field to head out and meet at midfield with the umpiring crew for the Cedar Park Timberwolves. Number 3 is Aiden Arp, and now they turn sideways. I missed them all. Number 18, that is Carter Wool, and number 44, that is Alex Grayson. For your Georgetown Eagles, number 99, that's Michael Valenta. And I believe it's Noah Boris as well here on the near side. Right about the time you go to call the numbers, they turn sideways.
Yeah.
And it's hard to see them there. But we'll try to go to our crowd mic. So the PA announcer will speak over the referee. Georgetown won the toss. They have deferred.
That's different.
And so Cedar Park will take the opening kickoff out of the north end zone here at Gupton Stadium. And that is Cody Holubeck out there, not Noah Boris. Cody Holubeck, one of the captains tonight for the Georgetown Eagles.
Wally, coach usually takes the ball when they win the toss, so it's a bit of an interesting switch there for him tonight.
Gonna let his defense go to work as the Cedar Park Timberwolves will take the opening kick here in the first half. Now how does that play into the middle four for Georgetown and Coach Griffin? Try to get a stop at the middle of towards the halftime, get it in, and then get the opening kickoff of the second half. We'll take a quick break. We'll bring you the national anthem, and then we'll wrap up the pregame show and bring you Georgetown Eagle football here in a minute on the SHN Sports Network. Back here live, Gupton Stadium, here in the JCT Memorial Broadcast Booth, brought to you by JMTs. The Georgetown Eagles will kick it off to the Cedar Park Timberwolves to open up action here in the first quarter. Aaron Guzman will tee it up for the Syntec Shirt and Embroidery kickoff to open up this ball game. Georgetown, a win, and they're the second seed in District 11 with a home playoff game next weekend. A loss, and mayhem will ensue to figure out who is the number 2, 3, and 4 seeds in District 11. I tell you what, this is going to be a battle. I expect a good football game here between Cedar Park and Georgetown. Guzman goes to kick it away. It'll be to the near side. A fair catch signal for and taken at the 4-yard line by the Cedar Park Timberwolves. And they will start 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
So defensively, you're going to want to key in on number 21, the running back Trey Hill, averaging well over 100 a game. He's going to be their big playmaker tonight.
Cedar Park starts with 2 receivers right, 2 left. They're on the far side hash mark. Hill to the left of Arp in the shotgun. Snap back, handed to Trey Hill right up the middle. Barrels forward for about a 4-yard gain. He's taken down at about the 29-yard line. Gain of 4 brings up 2nd and 6. And the Cedar Park Timberwolves will go no huddle. 2nd and 6 from the 29. 2 receivers left, 3 right now. Empty backfield for Aiden Arp, the quarterback. Far side hash mark. Snap back to Arp. He's looking right, looking left, pressured, runs up the middle, up to the 30, down to a 35-yard line. The tackle there made by looked like number 13, and it was Landry Leggett, but not before. They're going to spot Arp just enough for a Cedar Park first down up to the 35-yard line.
Wally, you see there that Cedar Park is going to be aggressive tonight and attack right at the heart of this Georgetown defense.
3 receivers right. Hill swings out a wide receiver screen out to the outside 45-yard line, pushed out of bounds. Could have been a hold there on the outside.
On both of them.
On both of the other receivers, but no call there. That'll bring up another first down for Cedar Park up to the 47-yard line of Georgetown.
Well, and both teams are going to see how the referees are going to call this game, so if they're going to let you hold.
3 receivers left, none right. Art gets a snap back, hands it off to Hill, right side, and he's hit, and he'll be taken down at the 45-yard line, a loss of 2. Nice play there. Mason Goggins in there with Seth Warren and Caleb Rieger. A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 now for the Timberwolves.
And that Caleb Rieger name, that's a name that you should hear several times tonight. He had a great game last week, so it's going to be exciting to watch Caleb play tonight.
Back at it, 2 receivers left, 1 right, snap back, Arp looking left. He's going to sling it out and has a man wide open into Georgetown territory. Breaks the tackle and now gets taken down inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. It's a 1st and 10 for the Timberwolves. Nice catch on the outside, wide open was the receiver. So it'll be 1st and 10 inside Georgetown at the 39.
Wally, sometimes those corners play way off like that, so those 7, 8, 10-yard routes are wide open.
2 receivers right, 1 left. Handed off to Trey Hill, and he's hit immediately and taken down for another loss. All the way back to the 41. A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12. It didn't go well the last time we had a 2nd and 12, so hopefully a change comes here. They had a big pickup on a 2nd and 12 last time for the first down. And now we'll try it again. 10 minutes left here in the first quarter. Back to the 41. 3 receivers right. Hill off to the left side of Arp. Arp takes a snap back. He looks right. Pressured. He's going to scramble. He's going to run and throw on the run. He throws to the near side, but out of bounds over the receiver's outstretched arms. It's incomplete. He tried to get the pass to Gavin Chapa, and instead it's 3rd and 12 now for the Timberwolves at the 41 of Georgetown.
Georgetown really needs to stop this drive here, get the ball back. In this section of the field, though, this may be 4-down territory. If they can gain 5 or 6 yards right here, they may go for it right here because that's kind of that no man's land for a punt.
Now they'll take their time to get the play called. 2 receivers left, 2 right for the Cedar Park Timberwolves. Near the left side hash mark, snap back to Arp. He's looking right, pressure applied, throws across the middle behind his receiver, Chapa, incomplete. And that'll bring up 4th and 12 now, so we'll see what they do here. It looks like the punt team coming out for the Timberwolves.
Boy, if I couldn't see who was back there on the.
I think it was Alex Wilson.
Yeah, if he had looked up a little bit sooner, he may have had a shot at a interception.
So the Timberwolves back to punt for the first time tonight in their opening drive. Back to do the punting duties is number 17, Connor Schutte. Snap is back. Schutte will get the punt away right from midfield, and he'll drop it inside the 20-yard line, and it's going to take a Cedar Park roll about to the 10 or 11-yard line. So Georgetown will take over with 9 minutes, 31 seconds left in the first quarter for their first possession at their own 12-yard line.
Good job by the Eagle defense, because Cedar Park started off kind of hot and able to gain some chunk yardage, but finally the defense was able to slow down that offense some. Get the ball back now. We see if that call by Coach Griffin to give Cedar Park the ball first, that may pay dividends now.
First and 10 at the 12-yard line. One receiver left, one right, tight end to the right end of the line. Petter in the backfield behind Boris. Now a man in motion from the right side. Turn, handed to Petter. He goes to the right side. He tries to break it outside, and he's hit and stacked up right at the line of scrimmage, and no gain brings up 2nd and 10 for the Eagles.
And we see that Timberwolves defense is going to be keying on that running game. That's going to be the key for them.
Eagles have it 2nd and 10 from their own 12-yard line. Two receivers right. Now 3 left. It'll be an empty backfield for Boris. Espinoza, the wide left. Gavin Calloway in the slot. Petter near the end of the line. Quick pass out to the right flat. Catch made by Davin Sedgwick. He'll be pushed out of bounds at about the 18-yard line. See where they mark it, 17 or 18-yard line. It'll be a gain of about 5 yards, make it 6 yards up to the 18. And it'll bring up 3rd and 4 for the Eagles.
I'm not saying you ever want to punt, but right here you really do need to gain a few more yards and get this first down. Try to flip this field back and give yourself the advantage.
Another empty backfield for Boris. Far side hash mark. 2 receivers right, 3 left. Snap back. Boris drops the snap. Gets it quickly. Has plenty of time. Now he's having to scramble for his life, and he'll be sacked back at the 15-yard line. The sack made by number 46 of the Timberwolves. That is Logan Wickets. And that'll bring up 4th down and 8, or 4th and 7 for the Eagles, and that's going to force a punt.
Not what this offense wanted, going 3 and out after you hold Cedar Park. Keep them from scoring points. Now you give the ball right back to them, and now Cedar Park has flipped the field with this stop and this 3 and out.
Back to punt is Brady Mann for the Eagles. He stands about the 1-yard line. Jaheim Dowd calls for it. The snap is back. Mann will get the punt away. Nice spiral punt. It'll be fielded at the 47 of Georgetown, slipping between tacklers and dropped at the 44. Will be the return man for the Timberwolves. That's number 22, Garrett Nichols. And Cedar Park will take over. 1st and 10 at the Georgetown 44-yard line with 7:49 left in the first quarter.
Cedar Park getting the ball back not too far from where they punted it last time, so that turnover on the punt from their first drive didn't hurt them since Georgetown couldn't do anything with it.
2 receivers left, 1 right for Cedar Park, near side hash mark. Hill to the left of Arp. Shotgun snap back to Arp. Quick pass out to the left flat. Caught at the 45, up to the 40, and taken down. He'll fall forward to the 39-yard line. On the far side, the tackle there by Jaheim Dowd. That'll be a gain of 5 and bring up 2nd and 5 for the Timberwolves.
I see some similarities in what Cedar Park does on offense versus what Georgetown does on offense. They try those small out routes to try to break something down the field.
Arp hands it to Hill, and he gets tattooed going through the hole. He'll gain 3 or 4 yards on that, but he got hit there. Looked like by Michael Valenta. And that'll bring up a short 3rd and 1. Cedar Park quickly back to the line. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Hill to the right of Arp. Snap back, hand it to Hill. Right side, he finds a hole. 2 blockers ahead. And then he'll be chopped down inside the 25-yard line, down to the 24. It's 1st and 10 at the Georgetown 24 for Cedar Park.
Wally, how many times have we seen this year Georgetown's been able to do it, and a couple of teams have been able to do it against Georgetown? 3rd and short, and they bust one for a good gain.
1st and 10 down to the Georgetown 24-yard line. Arp has 2 receivers right, 1 left. Hill off to the right side of Arp, middle of the field. 6:40 left on the clock. It continues to run here in the first quarter. Hand it to Hill. Right side finds a hole, but hit quickly. It's shut down there. Seth Warren, the primary Eagle tackler there, as he helps Hill up off the ground. That'll be a gain of 2. Bring up 2nd and 8 from the Georgetown 22.
I touched on it in pregame, but if we let Cedar Park run at will, they're going to beat us, and they're going to keep doing it. So we have to make sure we're stopping the runs early.
3 receivers left, 1 right, heel to the right of Arp. Arp's going to look left. He's going to sling it out left in the left flat. Man open, caught at the 20, and his legs chopped out from under him. He'll dive forward down to the 18-yard line. That'll be enough for, nope, it'll bring up 3rd down. It'll be about 4 yards short, so bring up 3rd and 4 for the Timberwolves.
They like doing a lot of what Ricky Beatty does for our offense, and it's those short out routes out there, but those receivers are going downfield a little bit, drawing the corners away.
Snap back to Arp. He's going to throw one up to the quarter end zone, and Jaheim Dowd looked like he tipped it, but it got past him, and the receiver catches it for a touchdown. Cedar Park scores on their 2nd drive. Into the hands. Looked like number 15 on the catch there. That's Blake Suber. Cedar Park strikes first with 5:44 left first quarter.
Both defenses did good jobs on the first drives that the offenses both had. But this time we see Cedar Park able to break through, and they just did it small bite at a time until they get that big break down the field.
Snap back. The extra point attempt is up, and it is good. 5:44 left first half. Cedar Park takes a 7-0 lead over the Georgetown Eagles. Quick timeout. Eagle football continues in a moment.
The first quarter of tonight's game is brought to you by Nathaniel Funk, your Leander, Georgetown, Edward Jones financial advisor at 1640 Highland Falls Drive, Suite 801, Leander, Texas, 78641. Learn how he can help with your financial goals. Visit edwardjones.com/Nathaniel Funk for more.
Here live, Gupton Stadium, 5:44 remaining in the first quarter, and Cedar Park strikes on a 44-yard touchdown drive in just over 2 minutes. That 18-yard touchdown pass from Arp to Suber, and now the Georgetown offense will have to get to work, finding themselves down by 7 here early in the ball game.
He's kind of lined up onside for an onside kick.
Gotta watch here and see what they do. The kick, and it's going to be a little short pooch kick to the near side, caught at the 30-yard line and breaking it away. What a job there. It's at Seth Warren up to the 40, 35, 30, 25-yard line. Seth Warren, the linebacker, goes Bobby Boucher and plays on the kick return team. And what a job Seth Warren does there. He caught it at the 30 on the run. And Holden, you're right, is that looked like an onside kick formation, and it backfired, a little pooch kick. Warren didn't signal fair catch. He takes it all the way back to the 25 of Cedar Park. 1st and 10 for Georgetown. Now we'd like to see the Eagles strike quick. 1st and 10 at the 25 of Cedar Park. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Boris alone in the backfield. He's got Valenta at the left tight end. Now a man in motion. Back in the backfield is Hollybeck behind Boris. Now Callaway in motion. Turn around, hand it to Hollybeck, left side, and he'll be hit and dropped right at the 25-yard line. No gain on the run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10 for Georgetown.
The dinged up ankle that Andrew has had, but you see him coming back out on the field now. Just a different style of runner. He doesn't have Andrew's power, but he does have a tremendous amount of speed, so if he can break that first tackle, he's dangerous.
3 receivers right, none left. Petter in the backfield to the right of Boris. Near side hash mark, 5 minutes left here in the first quarter. Hand it to Petter. He'll go right up the middle, breaks a tackle, 20, falls forward all the way up to the 16-yard line. A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 1 for Georgetown.
And there you see his power. Even though he's not 100%, he's still very, very strong and able to break some tackles and turn not much into a really good gain. Now it's 3rd and short.
Petter comes out here on 3rd and short. Hollybeck moves back to the backfield. Xavier Warren, Yvonne Espinoza split out wide right. Weisheimer and Mylock, the double tight end set on the left side of the line for the Eagles.
Interesting.
At the 21, 3rd and 1 for the Eagles. Hollybeck to the left of Boris. Now Mylock and Weisheimer move to the right side. Handed off to Hollenbeck. He finds a hole there, runs over a man, pushes forward, and he'll fall down just outside the 10-yard line. The Eagles inside the Smoothie King red zone, and they have a borrow from Morrow first down.
Nice job. And you saw Cody really be able to hit that hole fast. You saw that burst of speed. He planted that right foot and then just turned and shot through that hole for the first down.
4:05 left in the quarter. The Eagles have their first borrow from Morrow first down at the 11-yard line. Two receivers right, turn around, hand it off to Hollenbeck, right up the middle, inside the 10, down to about the 8-yard line. That'll be a gain of 4, bring up 2nd and 6 for the Georgetown Eagles.
We saw it last week, Wally. We talked a bunch about it. Noah hands that ball off. He's running that RPO, and they collapse on that running game. I hope Noah will hang on to that football some tonight and see if he can gain some yardage around the edge.
Near side hash mark, two receivers right, none left. Hollenbeck in the backfield with Boris. Now the double tight end set moves. One tight end to the left, one to the right. Turn around, hand it to Hollenbeck. He'll go to the right side, follow Weisheimer into the end zone. Touchdown, Georgetown. Cody Hollenbeck takes it in from the 8-yard line for the touchdown, and Georgetown a point shy, an extra point away from tying this one up with 3:21 here in the first quarter.
I don't know if you saw it or not, but on the right side of the line, in between the center and the guard, there was a gap, and it looked kind of like a Mike Leach offensive setup. Fullback goes through that hole that was there with no blockers, opened up that hole for the touchdown.
The G-Town Lumber and Supply extra point attempt is up, and it is good. Aaron Guzman knocks it through and ties it up at 7 apiece with 3:21 left here in the first quarter. Quick timeout. Georgetown football continues here on the SHN Network in just a moment.
First Downs are sponsored by Borrow from Morrow. Longtime supporter of our broadcast, Matt Morrow and his team are dedicated to providing the best mortgage experience possible. They do that by offering easy-to-use mortgage tools, including a handy mobile app, competitive rates, and assistance from experienced loan officers. Matt's loan officers understand local markets, have access to a wide variety of loan programs, and are ready to guide you through the process. Your family, your future, our focus. For your mortgage needs, remember Matt Morrow, Borrow from Morrow. For more information, visit borrowfrommorrow.com. NMLS number 464148.
Back here inside the JCT Memorial Broadcast booth, brought to you by JMTs. JMTs provides customized apparel and promotional items to small business, schools, and nonprofits. JMTs has the experience and confidence to take on any order. Visit jmts.com. The Eagle Football Booster Club scoring drive summary. Hold it.
5 plays, 25 yards, 2 minutes, 15 seconds off the clock, finished by Hollenbeck's 7-yard touchdown run. You see the acceleration and explosion as soon as he touches the ball. It's like Travis Etienne for the Jacksonville Jaguars running back. His explosiveness, as soon as he touches it, he's at like 95% full speed. See it right there for the touchdown.
Followed Weisheimer right through that right side hole. Now the kickoff brought to you by Syntex Shirt and Embroidery. Near side and a good kick there by Guzman. It'll go into the end zone for a touchback, and Cedar Park will take over. 3:21 left first quarter. They'll have it 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Some excessive whistle blowing there by the refereeing crew as they separate the players. Chance Kelly kind of getting a side pat on the escort across back to Georgetown side. You just don't want to see any mindless penalties with unsportsmanlike conduct tonight in a game like this. Nothing free to be given.
You cannot get dragged into the chirping and the unsportsmanlike stuff, nor can you be the cause of it.
1st and 10. Cedar Park has it their own 25. Two receivers right, two left. Trey Hill, the running back, off to the left side of Arp in the backfield. Far side hash mark. Snap back to Arp. He's looking left. Quick pass into the flat. Caught about the 30 and advances forward to the 33-yard line. A gain of 8 brings up 2nd and 2 for the Timberwolves.
It's going to be interesting to see how Coach Nicky adjusts to those quick passes out there, see if he drops one of the defensive backs a little bit closer to the line, try to jump one of those throws.
Two receivers right, one left for the Timberwolves. Trey Hill to the left of Arp. Snap back, hand it to Hill. He dances in the backfield and gets it stuck and then falls forward. He got a push there. Mason Goggins on the tackle, but he's right to the 35-yard line. That'll be enough for a Cedar Park first down. 2:45 left, first quarter, and the clock continues to run.
He showed a lot of strength because somebody collapsed off the left side of the defensive line, got him before he got to the line of scrimmage, but he was able to lean forward and get the first down for Cedar Park.
Harp has two receivers left, two right. Hill to his right. Snap back, hand it to Hill. Left side, finds a big hole up past the 45, midfield. And now he's taken down into Georgetown territory. It'll be spotted at the 47-yard line. A big run by Trey Hill on the first down for the Timberwolves.
this white hat starts winding that clock fast after the first downs. Supposed to wait till that ball gets set,
and the chains get set.
But he just steps up and starts winding the clock.
2 receivers left, 2 right, handed off to Hill, and he's hit but slips a tackle, gets forward to the 45, and then gets stacked up there by Georgetown. He'll be spotted at the 44-yard line. That'll be a gain of 3, bring up 2nd and 7 for the Timberwolves inside 2 minutes here in the first quarter.
He may have a hot bingo date tonight. Want to get out of here quick. Let's run this game.
2 receivers left, 3 right now for the Timberwolves. Empty backfield for Aiden Arp. 1:45 on the clock as he stands in the backfield. Far side hash mark. Snap back. Looking to the left. Now a little screen to the right. Chapa makes the catch, and he's tracked down from behind. Michael Valenta gets out there and grabs him. He's assisted on the tackle by Landry Leggett and Mason Goggins. But it'll take it up to the 40-yard line and bring up 3rd and 3 for the Timberwolves.
Big 99 saw that play developing, and he broke it off. He was rushing towards the quarterback, but he saw that play develop, and he made a left turn and chased him down. That was a very athletic move by Michael.
3rd and 3 for the Timberwolves. 1 receiver right, 2 left. 1:10 left in the first quarter. Now Hill will empty out to the right flat. It's an empty backfield for Aiden Arp. Near side hash mark, now a tight formation. They'll bring all the receivers closer to the line. Back to Arp. He's looking to pass. Lots of time here. Now he's going to scramble to the right, float one, and right when the catch is made, the stick is made by Garrett Lloyd, but not in time before Chapa makes the catch. A first down for the Timberwolves at the 24 of Georgetown. Half a second earlier, Kelly, may have been an interception, or Chapa may have been out of the ball game. Garrett Lloyd was flying in for that hit.
They're going to have to figure out some way to get some pressure on his quarterback because they can't give him all night or he's just going to pick them apart.
Handed off to Trey Hill. He's going to be hitting the backfield, breaks a tackle, cuts back, makes a man miss, up to the 15-yard line, and up for another Cedar Park first down. Inside 30 seconds in the quarter. Nope, they're going to mark him just short of the first down. So it'll be 2nd and 1 for the Timberwolves.
Jake Decker had an offensive lineman riding his back to the ground. No call.
2 receivers right, 2 left. Hill to the right of Arp, near side hash mark. Snap back, hand it to Hill, left side, and he's hitting the backfield and taken down for a loss back to the 21. That'll bring up 3rd and 2 now for the Timberwolves, and that'll take us to the end of the first quarter. Luke Butch there as well for the Eagles on the defensive side of that tackle with Dylan Turbeville, and we will go to the break. Second quarter coming up. We're tied 7-7. When we come back, Cedar Park has it 3rd and 2 from the Georgetown 16-yard line. Eagle football continues in a moment.
The Smoothie King Red Zone is sponsored by Smoothie King of Georgetown. It's our commitment to blend a more nutritious smoothie from bottom of the cup up. It's your choice, same flavor, 0 compromises. Smoothie King at Wolf Ranch, blending goodness to fuel your greatness. Smoothie King is located at Wolf Ranch Town Center, 1003 West University, Suite 110 in Georgetown, Texas. The Jason Chance Tompkins Memorial Broadcast is brought to you by JMTs. JMTs provides custom apparel and promotional items to small businesses, schools, and nonprofit organizations. Our services include screen printing, embroidery, and promotional items. Our game-changing direct-to-film printing allows JMTs to print full-color graphics on your garments. JMTs has the experience and confidence to take on any order. Visit our website at jmts.com or call us at 512-388-5555.
Back here in the JCT Memorial Broadcast booth, brought to you by JMTs. We go to quarter number 2, 7-7 your score. Cedar Park driving here. They have it 3rd and 2 from the Georgetown 16. Bunch formation with 1 receiver right. Now a man in motion. That is Suber. Art back. He's looking to throw it. He has to scramble. Throws it up towards the corner of the end zone. And he hits the tight end, number 88. That's Joshua Pecci. And Pecci makes the catch for the touchdown. Miscommunication there between Luke Hawley and Jaheim Dowd. And he was wide open in the corner of the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, they're going over and talking to Jaheim, letting him know it's okay. But that's the communication and everybody taking care of their job that we were talking about in the pregame. That's got to change.
Cedar Park will line up for the extra point. They lead it 13-7. And back to tee this one up is Andrew Jagiri. Stands and waits. The snap is back. The kick is away. And a flag comes down here, so they'll blow the whistle. So a false start whistled on the offense. So they will back Cedar Park up 5 yards and retry the extra point. If it's any consolation to Cedar Park, Jagiri would have hit that one from 45. Yeah. Nice leg there. So he'll set it up at the 15 here.
Almost got blocked, too.
25-yard field goal attempt here for the extra point now for Cedar Park as they line up. Snap is back. The extra point is on the way. And it is good. 11:54 left in the second quarter. Cedar Park 14, Georgetown 7. Georgetown football continues in a moment here on the SHN Network.
Extra points, field goals in the second quarter are sponsored by G-Town Lumber and Supply. G-Town Lumber and Supply, located at 9400 Brown Lane in Austin, Texas, serves general contractors, subcontractors, and do-it-yourselfers. We specialize in dimensional lumber, decking, siding, door and windows, hand-hewn timbers, KDAT lumber, and corbels. Hometown service like none other. Visit us at 9400 Brown Lane in Austin, Texas, or visit our website at gtownlumberandsupply.com.
Here live at Gupton Stadium. We're inside the JCT Memorial Broadcast booth on this beautiful Friday night of football. To kind of stack up on what you said earlier in the pregame, congrats to Dave England, to Joy, the mom and dad of Emily England, as she celebrates her getting her Aggie ring today. Congrats to Emily, the goat hobbler, one of our favorites around here.
Yeah.
And so Dave over at College Station enjoying that time with his daughter. Congrats to you, Dave, and to Joy, and to Emily. What an achievement for Emily England. Used to be that beat reporter here for the iReporter for Georgetown Eagles. Just a great kid and a great family. So
we miss you, Dave.
We miss you, Doppler Dave. But congrats to the England family. The kickoff by the Cedar Park Timberwolves, and it's going to be a little bit deeper on the far side. It'll be fielded at about the 7-yard line, back to the 5. And 4 coming forward, find a gap at the 20, cuts back 25, but then taken down quickly there. Garrett Lloyd on the kick return. He'll get into a plus territory for the kick return instead of taking the what Kelly wants to see is that fair catch at the 5-yard line. But Garrett Lloyd gets it up to the 27. So Georgetown will have it 1st and 10 at the 11:47 mark of the second quarter, down by 7. Another opportunity. This offense has got to put more points on the board. You've got to hang with this Cedar Park team.
And since he called that fair catch, it doesn't come out to the 25. We get 2 extra yards.
3 receivers right, none left. Snap back to Hollybeck, hands it off to Boris. He'll throw on the run, and it's caught at the 38-yard line, 37-yard line. It is almost picked off. The defensive back, number 2, Cole McLaughlin, should have had a pick 6. He missed it, and Davin Sedgwick made the catch for a borrow from Morrow first down.
When that ball got released, I thought it was picked off. He just missed it.
Borrow from Morrow for your mortgage needs. Remember, Matt Morrow, borrowfrommorrow.com. Eagles have it 1st and 10 at the 37. 2 receivers right, 2 left. Hollybeck in the backfield. Turn around, hand it to Hollybeck. He's going to come to the right side. He's hitting stacked up. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. No gain there. Brings up 2nd and 10 for Georgetown. 11.5 minutes left here in the second quarter.
9 defenders within 2 yards of the football when Cody got tackled.
Yeah, they still haven't done enough to break apart this defense out wide to stop them from committing everything to the run.
And they are currently sitting with 7 in the box. Make it 8 when you go empty right. You have 3 receivers left, none right. Looks some pressure coming on the backside. And now an end around. Callaway hit in the backfield. And there is 8 of the Cedar Park Timberwolf defenders taking him down at the 33-yard line. It's a loss of 4. And that brings up 3rd and 14 now for Georgetown.
Most of the defensive line was able to get penetration before that play ever even had a chance to develop. So whenever the end around happened, there were already 3 Cedar Park players in the backfield. That was going nowhere fast.
Plus, the handoff happened so quickly, I don't even know if the defense registered that there was even an end around happening. So all they saw was the guy in the middle with the ball, and they got him.
Petter checks back in, and now a 2 running back set offside either side of Boris, near side hash mark. Petter on the right side, Hollybeck on the left. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Snap back, hand it to Petter. Nope, Boris is going to throw across the middle. Pass interference has got to be called. You have got to be kidding me. Right through the back of Weisheimer.
Wow.
Knocked him down before the ball even got to him. Coach Griffin is livid at the 45-yard line. That's pitiful.
How in the world can you not call that? You got one of the officials looking right at it, and he came over the top. No call.
Coach Griffin all the way down at the 25 of Cedar Park in the ear of the official. He's got to make that call. Weisheimer got hit before the ball ever got there. And so instead it's 4th and 14 for the Eagles, and the punt team back on. Brady Mann to punt. Coach Griffin beside himself, still chirping at the official. Unbelievable. That call was not made. 10:21 left, second quarter. Snap back to Mann. He gets it at the 22 and punts it. Low line drive punt. It'll hit at the 43 and take a sideways bounce. Would it continue in Georgetown's favor inside the 35, and it'll be down at about the 31-yard line. And Cedar Park will take over with 10:08 left in the second quarter. 1st and 10 at their 31-yard line and a 14-7 lead.
I am still just blown away that call didn't get made. I get they're going to miss some calls, but 2 officials were looking at it.
So a quick change of possession here. Cedar Park will take over. Coach Griffin's still not happy. He's still in the ear of the official on the far sideline. And we don't like to gripe at the officiating, but something like that, that's an obvious pass interference there that changes it. Instead of a punt, that's a first down for Georgetown. The drive's still alive. Now Cedar Park has the ball, 1st and 10 at their own 31.
Yeah, and the throw was on target. It took an interference to keep it from being complete.
Snap back to Arp, hands it to Hill. He'll follow the blocker to the left side, tries to dance outside, and he'll get outside the 35. Now a flag comes in. We'll see what they call it on as Hill gets up to the 35, but Dylan Turbeville down on the field. He'll get up slowly for the defense up to the 36. And it's no holding on Cedar Park. It's a face mask on Georgetown. Coming from the near sideline, the flag thrown. So after the gain of about 5, add 15 onto it, and Cedar Park's going to be into Georgetown territory at the 49-yard line, 1st and 10.
It was a face mask.
10 minutes left here in the second quarter, 14-7. Cedar Park leads it, and they have the ball 1st and 10 at the Georgetown 49. Clock begins to run again. 2 receivers right, 1 left. 2 running backs in the backfield on either side of Arp, near side hash mark. Shotgun snap will go back to Arp after he looks to the near sideline. And they'll get the play call changed up here. Inside 10 on the down clock. Arp will get the snap back. He's looking right. He's going to be pressured, and now he's going to break a sack. Throws it, and a good defense there by Leo Diaz. He knocks that one down. Incomplete pass on the pass breakup by Diaz. It'll be 2nd and 10. Arp should have been sacked. He was back at the 45 of Cedar Park, and he broke free and got the pass away.
He's done a good job of avoiding what pressure Georgetown has been able to get. We've seen that on the past few plays, and able to get the pressure, but he's got good vision and gets away from it.
2 receivers left, 2 right. Fake the handoff, swing out the flat. Number 15 makes the catch. Looked like he was on his knees when he made the catch, but they'll call it a good catch. He's up inside the 45 to the 44-yard line. The catch made by number 15, Blake Suber. And Cedar Park now going to have a 3rd and 5. 9:28 left in the second quarter.
This Cedar Park offensive line has done a great job blocking up all of the blitzers. We've got some different looks thrown at them, but none of them have landed home.
3 receivers right, 1 left. Hill to the left of Arp. Shotgun snap back. Arp looking left, throws it left, and he overthrows Suber. Suber cut his route tight inside, and the pass from Arp as he took a shot in the backfield was overthrown near the sideline. So a 4th and 5 at the 44, and Cedar Park is going to punt this one away.
It's a big-time stop. We needed that one.
Are they?
Exactly. You got to watch for that here.
Yes, you do.
An opportunity here. It's either going to be a punt, a field goal, or a fake. I just had to bring a reminiscence of Dave at Magnolia West.
We miss you, Dave.
The Eagles have a man back deep at the 10-yard line. And that is Gavin Calloway as he stands there. The snap is back. The punt is away. A flag is thrown on the near sideline. Calloway will let it go. It hits at the 11 and gives a Georgetown bounce all the way back to the 20-yard line, where Cedar Park will blow it dead.
It's going to be offsides on us.
So you got to imagine here it's another penalty on Georgetown. And that will give them enough, if it is, for another first down. So we'll see what gets called here on the field. The referee walking down towards the Georgetown end, and we'll see what he calls now as he backs away to call it.
Oh.
Illegal procedure on the Cedar Park Timberwolves, so they'll add 5 yards to the end of the kick. So, like a touchback on a kickoff, the Eagles are beneficiaries. It landed at the 11. Kelly took a Georgetown roll all the way to 20. They get it at the 25. 1st and 10 with 9:14 left here in the first half, trailing by 7. Tight formation for the Eagles. Snap back to Boris. He's looking long, looking right, looking left, pressured, rolls out of it. He's got to get rid of it and does, and throws it out empty. You had Gavin Calloway about the 45, 50-yard line. It looked like he had cracked open, but Boris unable to get rid of it to him, so the incompletion brings up 2nd and 10.
I'm really curious why the hesitation from Noah to run the football. He's got some open room. I don't know if he's not 100% or just not confident in that run, whatever that may be, but we've seen him break some good runs.
2nd and 10 for Georgetown at the 25. One receiver right, one left. Double tight end formation at the right side. Now Mylock and Weisheimer move to the left side. Snap back to Boris. He'll turn, hand it off. Coming to the right side is Hollubeck. He breaks a tackle, makes a man miss, and he'll have enough for a borrow from Morrow first down up to the 36-yard line. Good hard running there by Cody Hollubeck.
Yeah, and you saw he kind of got stood up a little bit, and then a defender comes from behind, hits him, and pushed him forward 3 more yards. So thank you.
Morrow for Morrow first down up to the 36. Petter back on. Mylock leaves the field. 8:45 left in the first half. Clock continues to run.
I watched the clock that time. It wasn't even stopped for the change to reset.
One receiver left, one right. Tight end Weisheimer off to the right into the line. Petter to the left of Boris. Snap back, hand it to Petter. He goes to the right side, hits a couple of men, breaks a tackle, and then stacks them up and pushes them forward all the way to the 40-yard line. That'll be a gain of 4. Bring up 2nd and 6 for the Eagles.
One of the defenders was able to get a hand on the football.
Yeah, he's gimpy.
Yeah, I saw him earlier, and he was running, trotting off the field, had a little bit of a limp to it, so I pull him off.
That may be the end of what you see tonight for Andrew Petter. Empty backfield for the Eagles. 3 receivers left, 2 right, near side hash mark at the 40-yard line, 2nd and 7. Quick pass out to the flat. Hollubeck makes the catch. He's taken out of bounds at about the 45-yard line. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 1 for the Eagles. Clock stops, 7:57 left here in the first half.
And that's what I like to see, some more of those quick outs like that. We haven't seen them. We saw a lot of them in the last game. We hadn't seen too many tonight. I like that. It sucks those defenders up, gives you a chance for something down the field a little bit later.
Yvonne Espinoza, the lone receiver left. Xavier Warren, the receiver right. Double tight end formation at the end of the left side for the Eagles. Now Valenta moves to the right side. Snap back. Fake the handoff to Hollubeck. Looking in the left flat. Boris has got to get rid of it. He's pressured. Now he's going to throw it away. And it's incomplete. And that'll bring up 4th and 1 for the Eagles at the 45 of Georgetown. So you see if Coach Griffin takes a chance here on 4th and 1.
He was looking for Michael because Michael ran a route from that tight end position, and the defender had watched the film, got beat, reached out and grabbed Michael and slowed him down a little bit so he wasn't open for Noah to throw to him.
So now the Eagles will go for it. 4th and 1 from their own 45-yard line. 2 receivers left, none right. Tight end to the right side of the formation. Now Mylock and Weisheimer move to the left side. Hollubeck to the right of Boris. Snap back. Hand it to Hollubeck. Right side, or left side, finds a hole. 50, 45. He'll be hit and drugged down at 40-yard line of Cedar Park. A borrow for Morrow first down. Cody Hollubeck, a big run on 4th and 1.
You see the acceleration out of the hole right there.
I know it's not a huge thing, but this referee's not even letting the clock stop to get this thing set.
3 receivers left, 2 right. Empty backfield for Boris. Middle of the field at the 40 of Cedar Park. Snap back. Quick pass out into flat. Hollubeck will go down and make the catch. And now they're going to say it's incomplete. It skipped in there. And nice job of the Cedar Park coaches calling it for the side judge. But a lot of it is incompletion signs being thrown up there, and it brings up 2nd and 10 for Georgetown.
And something that the coaches definitely saw was how fast the corner bit on that route. So I think a double move, stop and go is going to come soon.
What we talked about against Glenn.
Yep.
You got that Xavier Warren, and all of a sudden the speed came to play when the double move and got him open for a long pass. 3 receivers left, none right. Hollubeck to the left of Boris in the shotgun. Snap back. No, Boris keeps it. There you go. And then he comes sliding back down right at the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 5, brings up 3rd and 5. Maybe a couple more yards there, but Boris protecting himself goes down. And it's where you start the slide, you're immediately ruled down. And a 5-yard gain brings up 3rd and 5 for Georgetown.
I like seeing him run the football, and he does it so well. I wish he would do it a little bit more.
But now you get that in the minds of the defense for Cedar Park.
Exactly.
They've got to respect that. 6:50 left here in the second quarter. Georgetown on a drive here has it 3rd and 5 at the 35 of Cedar Park. 2 receivers right, 2 left. Hollubeck in the backfield with Boris. Weisheimer will close it down from the slot. Back, hand it to Hollubeck. To the right side, dances to the right, and he's hit and taken down. Maybe a gain of 1. They'll mark him at the 34-yard line. And that'll bring up 4th and 4 for the Eagles. In a situation here, they got to go for it, Kelly.
nose tackle was able to get some penetration and slow Cody down a little bit. That lane was there, and it was open, and he was trying to get there as fast as he could. But just that one little hand on the leg was able to slow Cody down enough for the other defenders to get there and hold him to a yard gain.
Now the Eagles will go empty backfield. 3 receivers left, 2 right. Espinoza and Alex Ginn are the receivers right side. Now Hollybeck moves in the backfield with Boris. And a quick timeout whistled by the Cedar Park Timberwolves. They'll take their first timeout. 6:03 left, second quarter. The Eagles have it 4th and 5 when we come back. Georgetown football continues in a moment.
Struggling with addiction or know someone who is? There's light at the end of the tunnel, and it shines bright at the Oak Ridge Disciple House. As a 501c3 Christian ministry, they are dedicated to helping men aged 18 and older rebuild their lives free from the chains of drug and alcohol addiction. Be reminded, there's always hope, always a new beginning. Discover your fresh start with the Oak Ridge Disciple House. Proud supporters of Georgetown Eagle football, because just like the Eagles, the fight at Oak Ridge never dies. Find out more at oakridgedisciplehouse.com.
Here inside the JCT Memorial Broadcast booth at Gupton Stadium. It's brought to you by JMTs. The Eagles come out 4th, and now it's going to be 4th and 4 from the 34-yard line. They got to get to the 30 of Cedar Park. Now you have Hollybeck in the backfield. 3 receivers left, 1 right. Hollybeck to the right of Boris, near side hash mark. Snap back to Boris. He's looking to pass. Wheel route. Nope, dumps it out in the flat. Gavin Calloway's got to get inside the 30 and does. He's pushed out of bounds inside the 30 at the 29. Nice play there as he watched Hollybeck clear out, and Gavin Calloway came across the middle and made the catch for a borrow for Morrow first down.
Nice play. I like the play design, those crossing routes, and it wasn't to the middle of the field, but the route came across the middle of the field, and that middle of the field is open a lot of times because so many teams have seen Georgetown play those pass routes out to the edge.
And the big thing is he got the running start on the motion, so by the time the ball was snapped, he's already full sprint.
3 receivers left, none right. Now the double tight end formation moves to the right side. Snap back to Boris. He'll hand it off to Hollybeck. Follows through the hole. Right side, dances out. Gets inside the 25, down to the 24-yard line. That'll be a gain of 5. Bring up 2nd and 5 for the Eagles. 5:45 left, second period.
We're not quite to that middle 8 that Coach talks about, but we're approaching it, and this is that time where you want that last 4 minutes of the first half, the first 4 minutes of the second half. You want to put some points on the board. Georgetown gets the ball to start the second half, so if they can drive down, kill some clock, keep Cedar Park from scoring any more points, then you have an opportunity to tie this game, maybe take a lead.
2nd and 5, Valenta at the right end of the tight end line. Of the offensive line. Petter in the backfield to the left of Boris. Snap back. Hand it to Petter. He's going to follow Valenta, and he's going to get nowhere. No gain on that one. Right back to the 24-yard line. And that'll bring up 3rd and 5 for the Eagles.
I saw something I never thought I'd see, but whoever Valenta went to block stood him up and altered that running lane that was supposed to be there. That was a good job by that defense of shutting that down.
4:55 left, second quarter. Eagles trail by 7, 14-7. To the Timberwolves. Now a 5-receiver package. 3 receivers left, 2 right. Empty backfield for Noah Boris. Eagles got to get to the 19-yard line. Snap back. Quick pass out in the flat. Catch made. Legs chopped out from underneath Callaway. He'll get forward to the 20. And the defensive back who went low on Callaway and hit him at his knees. And Callaway kind of limping off for the Eagles. Took himself out. I think he may have got hit in the head. But that's what you get. You duck that head down and go at someone's legs like that. It's a chance to get hit in the head, and it looks like the Timberwolf defender did exactly that. Hopefully he's all right. We'll take a quick timeout. 4:34 left, second quarter. Georgetown football continues in a moment.
Kickoffs are brought to you by Syntax Shirt and Embroidery. At Syntax Shirt and Embroidery, we offer a variety of unique custom clothing and gifts, as well as personalized embroidery for gifts, schools, fundraisers, businesses, and more. Whether you need 1 shirt or 100, there are no minimum order amounts on any custom pieces. Ask about our military discounts. Stop by our shop at 1911 North Austin Avenue, Suite 103, and check out our in-stock Spirit apparel. Visit our website at www.syntexshirt.com, the official outfitter of First Responder Broadcasting.
Back out of the injury timeout, Cole McLaughlin came off the field. Hopefully he's all right for Cedar Park. Gavin Callaway left the field for Georgetown. The Eagles have it 4th and 1 from the 20. Mylock and Weisheimer move the left in. 2 receivers left. Snap back. Hand it to Holubeck. He's got to dance up. And then he gets hit. He's taken down right at the 20-yard line. No gain. And the Eagles turned it over on downs. It's like Cedar Park saw that one coming. And they got the ball back. 1st and 10 at their own 20 with 4:27 left, second quarter.
They did a good job of stopping that run. I thought Cody was going to be able to get it, but he got cut down right at the marker. And from this angle, I couldn't tell if it was a good spot or not, but it seemed like it was. And Cedar Park holds.
So Cedar Park will take over. 4:27 left, second quarter. They lead by 7. 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. 1 receiver left, 2 right. Trey Hill will be in the backfield to the right of Aiden Arp. It'll be near the near side hash mark. Some movement on the defense for the Eagles as they get set. Snap back to Arp. He'll hand it off to Hill. Finds a hole to the left side. Dances back to the right side. Up past the 30. And the Eagles can't tackle. The ball's out. And it looks like Georgetown may have fallen on it. Luke Butch is jumping up and down like the Eagles got it. The whistle is blown, and there's the signal. Georgetown gets the turnover. Trey Hill puts it on the ground, and Georgetown comes away with it. And Georgetown will have it. Seth Warren comes up ginger there for the Eagles at the bottom of the pile. But Georgetown gets the first turnover of the ball game, and it's a big one. 4:16 left in the first half. The Eagles have it 1st and 10 at the 37 of Cedar Park.
I was thinking before that ball got snapped, there hasn't been any turnovers in this game yet. It's about time for one. Hopefully it wouldn't be us, and it wasn't.
So Georgetown will come out on offense. 1st and 10 at the 37 of Cedar Park. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Petter in the backfield to the left side of Boris, near side hash mark. Snap back to Boris. He'll fake the handoff to Petter. He's looking left. He's going to have to roll to left, being pressured, and now he's going to be, nope, not sacked. He's going to throw it out of bounds again. But Boris is taking a licking back there. We'll see what the flag is on the field.
I think
it's going to be offensive holding again. Another penalty on Georgetown.
I thought it was going to be defensive holding. They grabbed the receiver.
So Coach Griffin probably going to be losing his voice here as much as he might be in the ear of the line judge on the near side there, on the far side there on the Georgetown sideline. Receivers being pulled and tugged and knocked off their routes well after the 5-yard allowance. And a big holding there makes it 1st and 20 for the Eagles. Back to the 47 of Cedar Park. Holubeck to the left of Boris. 3 receivers left, none right. Snap back. Hand it off to Holubeck. Left side, finds a hole, makes a man miss. 45, up past the 40, and then he'll be stacked up and pushed back. But a nice run. Almost gets back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll bring up 2nd and 11 now for Georgetown at the 38.
Cody has been such a surprise this year, and I've talked about it a lot. People probably tired of me talking about him, but I have really enjoyed watching this kid be such a weapon on this offense. So fun to watch.
2nd and 11, 3:40 left here in the second quarter. Clock continues to run. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Holubeck to the left of Boris, middle of the field. Snap back to Boris. It's going to be a pass. He's looking left. And he's going to throw to the middle of the field. The catch made by Weisheimer, and he'll be taken down inside the 30 at about the 28-yard line. That's going to be a yard short of the first down. And a pass in the middle by the offensive, the Georgetown offense. And Cody Holubeck hauls it in. A big catch there and brings up 3rd and 1 for Georgetown.
That's fantastic. And these routes that these receivers run pull the defense away from that middle of the field and even from the flats sometimes. And it was nice to see Noah check down to that route that was there, and a good throw.
3 receivers left, none right. Holubeck in the backfield. He'll get the handoff. Dances back to left, makes a man miss. 25-20, 15, inside the 15, down to the 13-yard line. That's a borrow for Morrow first down for the Georgetown Eagles inside the Smoothie King red zone. Smoothie King at Wolf Ranch, blending goodness to fuel your greatness. Located in the Wolf Ranch Town Center, visit them, Smoothie King of Georgetown. 1st and 10 for Georgetown inside the red zone. Eagles driving here with 2:35 left in the quarter, and the clock continues to run. 3 receivers left, 1 right. Luke Livingston on the right side. Nope, that's Mylock. It's 81. It's hard to read that one from that angle. Now a double tight end set. Snap back. It's high. Boris brings it down. Hands it off to Holubeck, and he'll be met, but no, breaks a tackle. Then he's double teamed. His helmet got pulled there. No face mask call on the near side. They blew the whistle early because Holubeck broke that second tackle.
He did.
And he got into the 13-yard line, so they're going to mark him down at the original line of scrimmage. No gain. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Harumph.
I'm just baffled by some of the lack of calls, not the miscall, just a lack of calls being made. Hollybeck there almost had his head ripped off, but nonetheless, the Eagles have it 2nd and 10 at the 13-yard line. 1:45 on the clock left here in the first quarter. 3 men to the right of the end of the line now. A man in motion. Snap back to Boris. Fakes the handoff. He's looking to throw. Now he's going to have to run. He's got room, and now he's going to throw it up to the end zone. He got bumped in the end zone was Espinoza, and I think Coach Griffin came out and told Noah to run the ball. He came out on the 20-yard line talking to Noah. The incompletion brings up 3rd and 10 at the 13.
He had a lot of room in front of him, and that he's got to tuck that and run. I like that when he leaves the pocket, he's not always just tucking it and running, and he's still looking downfield. But, man, there comes a time he tried to force a throw instead of gaining 7, 8, 9 yards. So I think that's probably what Coach Griffin's telling him. Run the football.
3 receivers left, 2 right, empty backfield. Boris stands on the near side hash mark. Now Hollybeck in motion. He'll set up to the right of Boris. Snap back to Boris. He's looking right. Going to dump it out in the flat to Hollybeck. Wide open at the 10. The 5 splits defenders inside the 4-yard line. Maybe right at the line to gain. We'll see here where they spot him. It's right at the 3-yard line.
First down.
Should be enough for a borrow for Morrow first down. And it is. Georgetown has a borrow for Morrow first down. 1st and goal at the 3-yard line. 1:25 on the clock, and it continues to run. An opportunity here for Georgetown to punch it in and then try to get a hold, Kelly, get the kickoff to start the second half, win that middle 8, and take a lead.
They're probably going to try to use the entire play clock and score with as little time as possible.
Any points here are crucial.
The Eagles line up. 1 receiver right, 1 receiver left. Double tight end stack. Now Weisheimer moved to the left end of the line. Snap back to Boris. He'll hand it off to Hollybeck. Left side. Punches it through. Touchdown, Georgetown.
There you go. That's that middle 8.
55 seconds left in the first half, and Hollybeck scores from the 3-yard line for his 2nd touchdown of the night. And Georgetown an extra point away from tying this one up right before the half. Holden, they didn't waste any time. They let the play clock run down. But then that punching it through, Hollybeck found the hole and made it into the end zone. Now a late substitution here on the G-Town Lumber and Supply extra point attempt. Aaron Guzman drops back. Hometown service like none other. G-Town Lumber and Supply. The snap is back. The extra point is away, and it is good. 9400 Brown Lane in Austin, Texas. G-Town Lumber and Supply.com brings you that extra point, and we're tied up 14-14 with 55 seconds remaining in the first half. Quick timeout. Eagle football continues in a moment.
Extra points, field goals in the second quarter are sponsored by G-Town Lumber and Supply. G-Town Lumber and Supply, located at 9400 Brown Lane in Austin, Texas, serves general contractors, subcontractors, and do-it-yourselfers. We specialize in dimensional lumber, decking, siding, door and windows, hand-hewn timbers, KDAT lumber, and corbels. Hometown service like none other. Visit us at 9400 Brown Lane in Austin, Texas, or visit our website at gtownlumberandsupply.com.
Back here live at Gupton Stadium, we're in the friendly confines of the press box here in the JCT Memorial Broadcast booth. Kelly, what do you got for me?
Hey, buddy, I got another shout-out connected to Emily's success there. A shout-out to No Show Presley, England, for all she has taught her sister about character, patience, for being just a pain in her big sister's rear end all these years. That has helped add to the character. I'm just picking Presley. It's okay.
Presley, the younger daughter, a freshman at Georgetown High School, cheered her last game of the season last night as the JV won at home. The kickoff by the Eagles, brought to you by Syntex Shirt and Embroidery, goes into the end zone for the touchback. And now the Eagle Football Booster Club scoring drive summary. Holden.
That last one was 7 plays, 37 yards, 3 minutes, 14 seconds, and finished by a 3-yard touchdown run by Cody Hollybeck, his 2nd of the night. He's got 14 carries, 75 yards, and 2 tuds.
Presley,
Two what?
England, 2 tuddies.
Tuddies?
Yeah.
Tuds?
Tuds.
That's
That's
what the cool kids say.
You're hanging around the wrong kids. It's not what they say.
Cedar Park has it. 2 touchdowns, 2 receivers right, 2 left. Trey Hill to the left of Arp in the backfield. Near side hash mark. Snap back. Fake the handoff. Pass out to the flat. And the catch made. Taken down quickly there at the 31-yard line by number 88. Joshua Pecci made the catch. Nice tackle by the Eagle defense. That was Seth Warren on the coverage.
So that guy was a schemed open. They had 2 receivers, only 1 DB. The defender had to come from the outside linebacker spot.
Arp back. He's looking to pass. There's a Holden. How do you not call it? Arp is going to scramble. He's picking up yards to the 40, 45-yard line. Unbelievable.
Goodness.
I think it was Revis coming off the right side for the Eagles, was about to hit Harp, and they did get, okay, we got a penalty flag.
It's going to be against us.
No, it wasn't a penalty flag. He calls a timeout. Cedar Park gets the timeout. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Cedar Park at the 45. The defensive right end of the Georgetown line went around the outside, had a free line at Arp. It looked like the sack was coming, and he was pulled sideways trying to run towards the quarterback, and no call. Arp escapes and picks up a big gain, and Cedar Park has it. 24 seconds remaining. They're at the 45-yard line, 1st and 10.
I'm really glad I sit up here in this booth because if I was a coach, I can't even tell you how many games I get kicked out of or flagged.
Coach Griffin cannot be happy with this, and he's not one to complain about it, but some major penalties that are just not being called. And you hate to see that in such a good ball game. We're sitting here with 30 seconds left in the first half, tied up at 14-14, and it means a lot to both of these teams what happens tonight. Cedar Park has it, 1st and 10 at their 45. 1 receiver left, 2 right, Hill to the right of Arp. Near side hash mark, snap back. Arp looking, Valenta around the end. There's the flag that comes in. The pass is incomplete, but Michael Valenta gets the holding call against the Cedar Park offense as he had a beeline. He points backwards to the Cedar Park offense. He had a beeline for Arp as well, and his shoulder got yanked around as well. So the holding gets called there on the Timberwolves. That'll back them up 1st and 20 with 19 seconds.
And that's a big penalty for Cedar Park because they had a little bit of a drive going and still had 1 timeout left, so they could have tried something down the field, try to get in the field goal range. That's going to be more difficult now, so that's a big penalty against the Timberwolves.
1st and 20 from their 35-yard line. They've got to get to the 45 of Georgetown to pick up the first down. 19 seconds remaining here in the half.
Our buddy Frank Miranda checking in on YouTube. Thanks to Frank for checking in and all you folks watching. We appreciate you.
Blake Subert, the lone receiver left for Cedar Park. 2 receivers right. Hill to the left of Arp. Turn around, hand it to Hill. Right side, and he's hit and taken down after about a 3-yard gain. Valenta latched on quickly there, and then a host of Eagle defenders close in on him, and it looks like that may be the last play of the first half as Cedar Park takes their time looking over the near side. Michael Quintero, the coach, is going to let the time run, and we go to the half. 14-14, what you wanted to see and what you expected was a good ball game. And, folks, after 1 half of play, you've got a good ball game. 14-14, Cedar Park and Georgetown. Georgetown will get the opening kick to start the second half. After this halftime, the Georgetown Band and Georgettes will come out to perform. We'll let you enjoy them, and then we'll come back and have halftime stats with Holden here on the SHN Sports Network, brought to you by First Responder Broadcasting.
If your car, RV, or heavy equipment needs glass to be replaced, Pro Glass can get the job done in no time. Windshield chip repairs in under 30 minutes, no appointment necessary. Our local family-owned business stands behind its work with a limited lifetime warranty for as long as you own your car. Ask about our senior discounts. Pro Glass of Georgetown, located at 2303 South Austin Avenue in Georgetown. We are the Central Texas choice for RV, heavy equipment, and auto glass since 1998.
Welcome you back to Gupton Stadium in Cedar Park on this beautiful Friday night under the Friday night lights. Georgetown and Cedar Park are tied at the half. We are going to bring you the Georgetown High School Marching Band. We'll show you their show in its entirety, and then we will come back and talk about the first half. Folks, we appreciate you joining us here on the Fine Line General Contractors halftime show. Stick with us, your Eagle Band, and then a recap of the first half.
Georgetown, the Georgettes. This year, the Georgettes are celebrating their 50th anniversary. The Georgette officers are Lieutenant Abby Toll, Lieutenant Abby Gomez, and your 2023-24 Georgette Captain, Miss Julia Vickers. The Georgette socials are Mackenzie Fouts, Caitlin Lindell, Ella Lishka, and Addison Rodriguez. Help us celebrate our of the weeks. Social Butterfly is Madison Skillman. Officer's Choice is Ashley Morris, and the Georgette of the week is Ellen Sile. And now, watch the Georgettes as they perform a streamer jazz routine to the classic Earth, Wind, and Fire hit, September. Now let's hear it to Chuck Griffin and our mighty Eagle football team. Remember, Eagle fight never dies. Cedar Park High School Celebrities Dance Team. Celebrity social officers are Alyssa Castaneda, Katie Mason, Cliff McGrath, Layla Woodard, and head social Saxon Schroeder. The celebrity line officers are Lieutenant Mia Caldwell, Lieutenant Sophie Paulson, Lieutenant Emma Johnson, First Lieutenant Sophie Trent, and Captain Jaden Morgan. The celebrity star of the week is Brielle Cardenas. Please enjoy as the celebrities perform their streamer demos to Beauty and the Beat.
Halftime show of tonight's game is sponsored by Fine Line General Contractor. Fine Line General Contractor, committed to building excellence and relationships. At Fine Line GC, we're dedicated to meeting and exceeding our clients' expectations in Central Texas. Fine Line offers a wide range of construction services, including budgeting, design assistance, scheduling, project management, and more. Visit our website at finelinegc.com or call us at 512-590-8390.
Points, field goals in the second quarter are sponsored by G-Town Lumber and Supply. G-Town Lumber and Supply, located at 9400 Brown Lane in Austin, Texas, serves general contractors, subcontractors, and do-it-yourselfers. We specialize in dimensional lumber, decking, siding, door and windows, hand-hewn timbers, KDAT lumber, and corbels. Hometown service like none other. Visit us at 9400 Brown Lane in Austin, Texas, or visit our website at gtownlumberandsupply.com. Holden's first half stats and the third quarter are brought to you by Graham & Sons Land and Cattle Company. Graham & Sons Land and Cattle Company is a cow-calf operation here in Central Texas, growing calves, cotton, corn, and wheat for commercial customers. Austin Graham and his team of crazy cowboys and cowgirls produce some of the best tasting meat that the First Responder Broadcasting team has ever eaten. Thank you, Graham & Sons, for your support of our broadcast of Georgetown Eagle football. Eagle fight never dies.
here live in the JCT Memorial Broadcast booth at the halftime. 12 and a half minutes remaining. And now we go to halftime stats with Holden. Holden, what do we look like after half number one, tied up at 14 apiece?
Yeah, it's kind of been that slugfest offense that we expected coming in without Andrew Petter 100%. It's been the slow churn, kind of methodically moving down the field, short gains at a time. Noah Boris is 7 of 12 for only 50 yards because it's really been run on first down for 3 yards, run on second down for 3 yards, and then on third and short, make a short conversion, and then rinse and repeat down the field. So he's been more of a game manager up to this point. Cody Hollybeck has been the focus, as we kind of expected. He had 14 carries, 75 yards, and 2 touchdowns on the ground. Also got 2 passes for 15 yards in the air. Davin Sedgwick, actually, is our leading receiver. 2 catches with 16 yards, but obviously nothing totally impressive in that department, but I'm really looking for that to change the second half. I think the score is going to get buffed up a lot.
A quick half, if you will, Holden. Not a lot of downtime in that half. The completions were at a minimum. But the teams ran the ball. Trey Hill ran the ball well for Cedar Park. Defensively, Georgetown has done a pretty good job of containing Trey Hill and finally getting a holding call there against Valenta to pretty much end that drive at the last minute for Cedar Park. Do you have stats-wise anything for Cedar Park?
Yeah, absolutely. So Trey Hill's got 14 carries for 73 yards, but the majority of that have come on burst plays. For the large part, he's kind of been bottled up for minimal gains on most of the drives. They just have to cap off the explosives, not let that happen, and this Cedar Park run game would kind of dissipate as a whole. So that's what you're really going to look for the defense in the second half, if they can limit the explosives on the ground and then kind of make them beat them in the air. They've had success early on. I think they're going to get things tightened up in the second half, and it's going to be a lot harder to complete some passes because the onus is going to be on, hey, if you're blitzing this quarterback, you've got to, A, get him down, or B, draw the penalty. Get your hands up in the air, flail around, scream if you have to, make it to where the ref it's impossible for you not to throw a flag.
Georgetown and Cedar Park tied up at 14 here at the halftime. Good luck to the bands. I'm not sure how Georgetown's has done. They made it to the area round. Cedar Park is waiting to find out if they make the finals tomorrow in San Antonio. We talked to one of the moms as we were coming in. They performed today. More bands to compete tonight and tomorrow throughout the day and in the morning. So they will have to go back down to San Antonio to wait to find out even if they get to March in the afternoon. But it's that time of the year for the marching bands to put on their show. At Cedar Park, you see in the background here, band going through it. They just competed this morning, and now with a chance, they're hoping to have a chance in the finals tomorrow down in San Antonio. But the Georgettes, the band, and you know what? Maybe we take a quick time out here. Let's try to get an update. Georgetown and Hendrickson both battling in the volleyball area round tonight over at Hearn, Texas. So we'll take a quick time out when we come back. Some keys to the second half. We'll update on other scores and bring you more Georgetown Eagle football here on the SHN Sports Network.
The halftime show of tonight's game is sponsored by Fine Line General Contractor. Fine Line General Contractor, committed to building excellence and relationships. At Fine Line GC, we're dedicated to meeting and exceeding our clients' expectations in Central Texas. Fine Line offers a wide range of construction services, including budgeting, design assistance, scheduling, project management, and more. Visit our website at finelinegc.com or call us at 512-590-8390.
Chance Tompkins Memorial Broadcast Booth is brought to you by JMTs. JMTs provides custom apparel and promotional items to small businesses, schools, and nonprofit organizations. Our services include screen printing, embroidery, and promotional items. Our game-changing direct-to-film printing allows JMTs to print full-color graphics on your garments. JMTs has the experience and confidence to take on any order. Visit our website at jmts.com or call us at 512-388-5555.
If your car, RV, or heavy equipment needs glass to be replaced, Pro Glass can get the job done in no time. Windshield chip repairs in under 30 minutes, no appointment necessary. Our local family-owned business stands behind its work with a limited lifetime warranty for as long as you own your car. Ask about our senior discounts. Pro Glass of Georgetown, located at 2303 South Austin Avenue in Georgetown. We are the Central Texas choice for RV, heavy equipment, and auto glass since 1998.
here live, Gupton Stadium at the halftime. About 6 minutes remaining. The teams have yet to crack the locker rooms and come back out to get their warm-ups going. The band's still in the field for Cedar Park. Kelly, some scores around the area?
Around District 11, the other games that are taking place that have very little bearing on much of anything. A&M Consolidated leads the Glen Grizzlies at the half, 28-13. Eastview is ahead 22-7 at the half over the Leander Lions. Cedar Park and Georgetown are actually tied, and I think you know that. And Hendrickson and College Station are battling it out in College Station. And the Cougars are leading the Hawks at the half, 28-0. And that's the scores from the district. Port Neches Groves is leading 41-0 over the Yellow Jackets of Galena Park. And I'm probably the only one that cares anything about that at all. But there you go. My alma mater. Checking some other scores and games in the area. The Elgin Wildcats and the Rouse Raiders are going at it. Actually, they played Thursday, I believe, and Rouse won that game 42-21. Another Thursday game was the Weiss Wolves playing the Hutto Hippos, and Hutto goes down big, 52-29 to Weiss. The Bowie Bulldogs played the Lake Travis Cavaliers, and Lake Travis just absolutely dominated Bowie 66-14. Del Valley and the Austin High Maroons battled also on Thursday night, and the Maroons come out on top 28-13. The Maroons have actually had a pretty decent season this year. They have struggled in the past, but doing pretty well this year. And that's pretty much the updates.
Next week, playoffs begin in high school football. Currently going on the area round of the volleyball playoffs. Last night, Eastview, representing District 23, fell to College Station in Rockdale, Texas. 3-0. They end their season, but a good run into the second round of the playoffs for the Eastview Patriots. Tonight, Georgetown is playing Lake Creek in Hearn, Texas, followed by Hendrickson taking on Montgomery at Hearn High School as well, trying to advance to the regional quarterfinals in the volleyball match. And so unable to find any updates currently online, but those two teams representing District 23 as well. In Georgetown and Hendrickson. So best of luck to them. Congratulations are in order for the cross-country teams, Kelly. The men's boys cross-country team at Georgetown finished second in the state today at the state cross-country meet. The girls finished in third in the state. So both teams make the podium there and get the medals for the cross-country team finishing well in state. I know two of the Georgetown boys finished number 7 and number 10 in the state. So congrats to the cross-country program. What a year they've had representing Georgetown.
And it's another good athletic year for the Georgetown High School. Last year they won the Central Texas Trophy for the top high school program, and that was 3A to 6A. All the Central Texas schools were in that mix, and Georgetown won that trophy, and they are off to a tremendous start this year with the fall sports and doing really well.
And making Dr. Devin Padaville look really good in his first year as superintendent. I've been watching his Twitter updates talking about the cross-country. Congrats to them. And a lot of activities. Coach Dean talked the other night on Monday night. He was at Georgetown's game, went across to Eastview's game in volleyball to watch those playoff games as both teams advance to by district. And so they keep these coaches and staff busy with all the success. And so congrats to each of those programs. As the Cedar Park Timberwolves return to the field, they're putting out the fire, I guess, down there on the 10-yard line, just blowing some smoke. It's sorry.
I wish we would have had a camera on that, because then Dave would have got a lump in his throat and a tear in his eye. And
having to. Hey, speaking of Dave, let's go to the halftime weather report. Dave is not here.
Not
That's
here.
right. Dave's not here. It's guess what? Kelly nailed it in the first half, right before the game started. It's still beautiful. I actually see stars out the. Or an airplane, one of the two. A beautiful night. No clouds, a beautiful night for football. I tell you what, a great crowd here. Cedar Park was filling it up early. Georgetown, a good crowd across the way. The band's both here playing as the Georgetown Eagles take the field. Georgetown will get the opening kick of the second half. We'll take a quick timeout. When we come back, second half action. Georgetown Eagle football continues on the SHN Network.
Holden's first half stats in the third quarter are brought to you by Graham & Sons Land and Cattle Company. Graham & Sons Land and Cattle Company is a cow-calf operation here in Central Texas, growing calves, cotton, corn, and wheat for commercial customers. Austin Graham and his team of crazy cowboys and cowgirls produce some of the best tasting meat that the First Responder Broadcasting team has ever eaten. Thank you, Graham & Sons, for your support of our broadcast of Georgetown Eagle football. Eagle fight never dies.
back here live, Gupton Stadium, inside the JCT Memorial Broadcast Booth, brought to you by JMTs as we go to the Graham & Sons Land and Cattle Company third quarter. Graham & Sons Land and Cattle Company is cow-calf operation here in Central Texas, growing calves, cotton, corn, and wheat. For commercial customers, Austin Graham and his team of crazy cowboys and cowgirls produce some of the best-tasting meat the first responder broadcast team has ever tasted. Eagle fight never dies. Graham & Sons, proud sponsors of Georgetown Eagle football and the first responder broadcast team. The Cedar Park Timberwolves get ready to kick it away to your Georgetown Eagles to open up second half action. Back to kick goes number 12. That is Andrew Jagere. And he will boot it away for the Timberwolves. Far side, fielded at the 5-yard line by, looks like Garrett Lloyd again. Up past the 20, breaks a tackle, and he'll fall forward with 2 tacklers up to the 24-yard line. And that's where Georgetown will start. 1st and 10 at their own 24 here in quarter number 3.
Wally, I wouldn't be surprised at all if we don't see much, if any, of Andrew Petter in this second half. You got to have him for the playoffs, and that's the difficult thing to balance. Is he going to do any more damage? Can he do any more damage? If he can't, do you keep using him? What do you do? So it'll be interesting to see what they say.
One receiver right, one left. Double tight end formation, comes to the right side of the line. Boris turns around, hands it off to Hollybeck in the backfield. Hit immediately up at the 25, and then a storm of defenders pushes him back. So a gain of 1, bring up 2nd and 9 at the 25 for Georgetown.
And you see Cedar Park, I think they have committed tonight to stopping the run game for Georgetown. So they're going to have to loosen that up a little bit with some of those short throws.
2 receivers left, 3 right. Empty backfield for Boris. Far side hash mark. 2nd and 9, 11:25 left in the quarter. Boris back. Little swing pass out in the flat. Gavin Calloway has some blockers up past the 30. Spins around at the 35. Taken down at the 36-yard line. That's enough for a borrow for Morrow first down. Nice play there. And Calloway had some blockers there for him, Kelly.
Yeah, and that's a good play design there, too, as well. It started in that flat, but then the route carries him towards the middle of the field, and he had blockers out there with him. I kind of thought one of them may be a little too far downfield, but it was a good throw by Noah and a good run after catch at the end of that.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Empty backfield now. Man in motion for the Eagles. And that's Hollybeck directly behind Boris. Snap back to Boris. He'll hand it off to Hollybeck, right side. He'll get about 3 yards before he's met by the Timberwolf defenders. He'll be marked down at the 39-yard line, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7 for the Eagles up to the 39-yard line. And the credit light mic is back. Sorry about that. We turned it down after some people were talking to it while we were discussing halftime stats, and so back with you. 10:24.
I'm nervous about mute buttons.
Mute buttons are our enemy. 3 receivers left. Hollybeck in the backfield to the left of Boris. Near side hash mark on 2nd and 7. Snap back, handed off to Hollybeck, and he's met. It's like the Timberwolves read that one right out of the go. And it's a 2-yard loss. 3rd and 9 now for the Eagles.
Man, there's so much running room if he'll keep one of those. I know. People tired of it. I'm not bashing on the kid at all.
But you would think that would be a point of discussion at the halftime with the coaches of if they're going to over pursue with Hollybeck and anybody in the backfield that's not Andrew Petter, that you've got to be able to pull that and make the run the other way and make them at least respect that to not over pursue Hollybeck. 3 receivers left, 2 right, empty backfield, shotgun step back on 3rd and 9. Boris, lots of time. Now he's going to have to scramble. 2 men take themselves out. A flag thrown on the play, dumping it across the middle. Yvonne Espinoza makes the catch into Cedar Park territory down to about the 42-yard line, 41-yard line. But it looks like it may come back here on a hold by the Eagles.
Yeah, there was a big hold out there, and the lineman was all by himself with the defenders. So that one was blatant and obvious.
The call on Sam Lopez is a hold instead of 1st and 10 in Cedar Park territory. It'll be a 3rd and 19 now for the Eagles. It'll go all the way back to the 27-yard line. And so the Eagles back behind the chains now, 3rd and 19.
They do have Andrew Petter in the backfield for this play.
Petter offset to the left of Boris. 3 receivers stacked just off the right end of the line. 1 receiver left. Petter will empty out in the right flat. Boris looks back. He's looking right. Now he's going to dump it to Petter on the wheel route up past the 35-yard line. Almost back to the original line of scrimmage, and that'll bring up 4th and 11. So Georgetown got some yards back, and they're going to punt it away to Cedar Park to start the second half.
Boy, there was a kind of a shallow post route that happened wide open in the middle, and I thought Noah was going to go that way, but he decided not to.
So Brady Mann back to punt for the Eagles. Stands about his own 21-yard line. Ball spotted at the 35. Snap back to Mann. He'll get the punt away, and it's a high punt. It'll be fielded at the 36. Fair caught there by the Cedar Park Timberwolves. And they'll take over with 8:41 left in the third quarter. 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
Well, not what you wanted. Our first drive in the first half, no points. First drive in the second half, no points. So the defense needs to step up now and return the favor to Cedar Park.
And they have stepped up since those 2 touchdown drives. They've only allowed 55 yards through the 3 next drives. So these guys have made some adjustments that have clearly had an impact in the game.
2 receivers stacked right, 2 are stacked left. Trey Hill will get the handoff from Arp right up the middle. He's hit and bottled up by the defense. A gain of about 3 on that play. They're going to spot him all the way up to the 39-yard line, a gain of 4. And that'll bring up 2nd and 6 for the Timberwolves.
We talk about Andrew Petter's strength, but we're seeing similar strength by this running back as well, because he got wrapped up right away and then got a lot of help from Georgetown friends to try to bring him to the ground. He never went to the ground and was able to gain a couple of yards.
2 receivers right, 1 left. Trey Hill to the right of Arp, handed off to Hill, and he's hit in the backfield. And a good job there by Georgetown, a gain of only 1. But a nice play there. Seth Warren got in there for the defense. Landry Leggett, Luke Butch gets off the bottom of that pile along with, who's that in there? Alex Miller coming in on the tackle as well. So now a 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6 for the Timberwolves at their 40-yard line. Got to get to the 46. 3 receivers right, 1 left. Arp. Little delayed snap. It's going to be offsides on the defense, and a pass is complete over the head of Leo Diaz. He almost got a hand on it, but the catch made by Suber, but that's going to be, they're going to take that play. It was offsides on the defense, and it looked like it should have been a false start as Harp clapped and people started moving on both sides of the line. But they'll decline that offsides on Georgetown. It'll be 1st and 10 into Georgetown territory at the 43.
Well, now this defense has to pull those chin straps a little bit tighter and get after this quarterback and try to stop this drive.
2 receivers right, 1 left. Near side hash mark for the Timberwolves. Arp with Hill behind him. Turns, hands it to Hill. He goes to the right side, has some blockers up to about the 40, and then he's hit by Leggett and a couple of other defenders at the 39-yard line. That'll be a gain of 4 yards and bring up 2nd and 6 for the Timberwolves.
He does a good job of avoiding those big hits and just – you can't arm tackle this kid. You got to wrap him up and put him on the ground.
2 receivers left, 1 right. Arp will hand it off to Hill, right up the middle, and he's hit and taken down immediately. Caleb Rieger, what a play there at the line. No gain at the 39-yard line. Brings up 3rd and 6. A good play there by Rieger to stop it as the clock goes under 7 minutes here in the third quarter.
Nice job, and he went low. If his feet aren't on the ground, you can't run. So take those out.
3 receivers left, 1 right. Hill to the left of Arp, far side hash mark on 3rd and 6. Harp now will turn back to the sideline and look for the last-minute play call by the coaches. They'll signal out, and Hill will move to the right side of Arp. Snap back to Arp. He's looking to pass left. He's pressured, gets out of traffic. He's going to throw on the run across the middle, and the catch is incomplete right through the hands of Suber. He had enough for a 1st down, and he almost got laid out by Mason Goggins. Good job by Goggins to not make that hit on the incompletion, and that's going to force a punt by the Timberwolves.
And it doesn't matter how good your quarterback is. If he can't set his feet, then the chances that the pass is going to be off target are pretty high. And that's why you want to at least force him out of the pocket, get him on the run, and make him throw when he's not comfortable.
The ball at the 39 of Georgetown. The Timberwolves actually line up to punt. Back to punt is number 17, Connor Schutte. He'll get the punt away. A flag comes in. Callaway signals for fair catch, but lets it go over his head, and it's going to be down to about the 8-yard line. We'll see where this penalty flag is. If it's offsides on the defense, it's not enough to give the Timberwolves a 1st down. So we'll see what they whistle here.
But it could give them enough to go for it.
So we'll look towards the referee as they meet here. And it looks like the defense for Cedar Park is going to come on the field. So it's an illegal formation whistled on the Timberwolves.
Coach going to make him kick it again, too.
Instead of taking it at the 8-yard line, exactly, they're going to take the penalty. He'll back the Timberwolves up 5 yards to the 44-yard line. And Cedar Park will have to punt now on 4th and 11.
Now pin him at the 2.
6:24 left here, third quarter. 14-14 still your score. And as it sits right now, if Schutte does punt it away, both teams will be held on their first drive here to start the second half. Schutte stands about the 42-yard line of Cedar Park. The snap is back, and he will punt it away. It's almost blocked, and a good punt. Callaway will take the fair catch at the 10-yard line. So Georgetown will gain 2 yards on the penalty take, on the acceptance of that penalty, and have it 1st and 10 at their own 10 with 6:18 left here in the third quarter. Georgetown punts it away on their first possession of the second half. Cedar Park does it in kind, so both defenses step up to start the second half. Now Georgetown with their second go here in the second half. Pinned at their 10-yard line, 6:18 remaining in the third quarter. 3 receivers left, 1 right, and a running back directly behind Boris in the backfield. Now they'll bring Weisheimer in motion to the right side. Snap back to Boris, and a penalty flag before the play gets underway, and it's going to be a false start on Georgetown. So it'll be half the distance, and it'll be 1st and 15.
2 seconds came off the clock on a play that never happened.
2 penalties in the third quarter to start things out on the sophomore Sam Lopez. Very uncharacteristic, like a hold in the last drive, and now a false start to start this drive, and the Eagles backed up. 1st and 15 at their own 5. Two receivers right, 1 left. Boris stands at the goal line. Snap back to Boris. He'll turn, hand it off. Holubeck right side dances, gets past the 5, but not much further. He'll get stopped at the 7-yard line. That'll bring a gain of 2 yard lines and make it 2nd and 13 now for the Eagles.
They are just having some great success at stopping that run.
I mean, they saw what we were talking about at halftime, that Georgetown has really relied heavily on run on the early downs and then kind of passed it when they need to on 3rd and short, and they've kind of dedicated these 1st and 2nd downs to, we're going to stop the run.
Now an empty backfield for Georgetown. They have 2 receivers right, 2 left. Boris in the backfield, now a man in motion. Will come set up beside Boris in the backfield. It's Holubeck. He'll get the handoff up past the 10-yard line down to the 11. So on 2nd and 13, we hand it off, and now we're at 3rd and 9. So the Eagle offense. Pressure applied here as they have 5:20 left in the third quarter and find themselves 3rd and long.
I find it curious. This is a circumstance where the coaches have chosen to go conservative with the play calling, unless they try something down the field right now. But I would anticipate another handoff, maybe punt this ball away and try to flip the field.
One thing we have not seen tonight is any kind of deep shot by the Eagle offense from Xavier Warren, Sedgwick, Espinoza. The Eagles have it 3rd and 9 at the 11. Boris steps forward, changes the play. Snap is back. Boris is looking left. He's going to have to dump it out in the flat, and does, but immediately taken out of bounds at the 13 after a gain of 2. Brings up 4th and 7 for the Eagles as the clock winds under 4 minutes and 30 seconds here in the third quarter.
This is a slugfest in the third quarter now. The defenses are the ones that are stepping up. Both teams made adjustments, and nobody is able to do anything on offense in this half so far.
In the game back and forth with Glenn last week, some shots were taken at least during that game by Georgetown's offense at some point, and you haven't seen that at all tonight. It's very conservative approach, nothing deep, as Brady Mann will get this punt away. Low line driver, it's going to bounce in Georgetown territory and go out of bounds inside the 40. So Cedar Park is going to have a great spot to start this drive. They'll have it 1st and 10 at the Georgetown 35.
It's going to be a big ask from the defense here. They've been playing well since those 2 touchdown drives. We touched on that earlier, but this is easily their best starting field position of the game. And with how much the offense is struggling right now, they're going to need to keep them out of the end zone.
Cedar Park has it, 4:09 left third quarter, 1st and 10 at the Georgetown 35. 2 receivers left, 1 right. 2 running backs in the backfield on either side of ARP. He'll stand on the far side hash mark at the 40, snap back. He'll keep it on a kind of a miscalled play, but he's going to get 5 yards out of it anyway. And that'll bring up 2nd and 5 at the Georgetown 30.
Where Georgetown has been susceptible on these runs is on those edges. Containment has been an issue from time to time, and we saw it there. He was expecting somebody to take that ball. Some sort of confusion there on that handoff, and he was able to gain 5 yards on a broken play.
2 receivers left, 1 right. Arp will hand it to Hill. Left side, right up the middle, breaks a tackle. And now A defender holds on for dear life. That's Garrett Lloyd, and he's able to stop Hill before he breaks it all the way for the touchdown. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Cedar Park Timberwolves at the 22 of Georgetown.
This will be a great time for that second turnover right here.
2 receivers left, 2 right, empty backfield. Arp stands in the middle of the field, about the 27 of Georgetown. Arp, a clap of the hands, and then turns and looks. Everyone looks over towards the coaching staff for Cedar Park. The clock continues to run. 3:05 on the clock as Arp looks back and ready to call a play. The down clock under 8. Arp, a clap of the hands. The snap is back. He drops back. He's looking to throw. Pressured. He scrambles to the right side. He's going to be sacked. Michael Valenta grabs the jersey and gives him a throw. And all the way back to the 36-yard line goes Arp and the Timberwolves. So instead of 1st and 10 or 2nd and 10 on an incompletion, Arp can't get rid of it. And it's all the way back from the 22 to the 36-yard line. A loss of 14, 2nd and 24.
I heard someone say one time, huge. That was enormous.
And you see the risk right there with the scrambling out of the pocket. A lot of times you find yourself drifting backwards, and you get a 14-yard loss in the sack there.
Big play by Valenta and the Eagle defense. 2nd and 24. Cedar Park has it at the 36 of Georgetown. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Trey Hill off to the right of Arp for far side hash mark. Arp calls out the play. And now a whistle blown, and Cedar Park will burn their first time out of the second half.
Play clock was going to 0.
2:07 left here in the third quarter. Still tied 14-14. Eagle football returns in just a moment.
Extra points, field goals in the second quarter are sponsored by G-Town Lumber and Supply. G-Town Lumber and Supply, located at 9400 Brown Lane in Austin, Texas, serves general contractors, subcontractors, and do-it-yourselfers. We specialize in dimensional lumber, decking, siding, door and windows, hand-hewn timbers, KDAT lumber, and corbels. Hometown service like none other. Visit us at 9400 Brown Lane in Austin, Texas, or visit our website at gtownlumberandsupply.com.
In the JCT Memorial Broadcast Booth, brought to you by JMT. 2nd and 24 for the Cedar Park Timberwolves. 2:07 left third quarter. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Now a man in motion to the right. Arp back to pass again. He's pressured, throws across the middle. The catch made. Hit and taken down at the original line of scrimmage. Nice play there for the Timberwolves. Gain 14. And now it'll bring up a 3rd and 10, but now a penalty flag back deep.
They're going to call roughing.
Coach Griffin not happy there. They're going to call it on Michael Valenta. So an automatic first down instead of 3rd and 10. Now the Timberwolves have it deep inside Georgetown territory, inside the red zone, down inside the 11 to 12 yard line. And put it down about the 11.5 yard line.
I don't know what they saw. Michael grabbed him as he was releasing the pass, and spun him, put him on the ground.
2 receivers left, none right for the Timberwolves. Arp on the far side hash mark. Hill to his right, turns around, hands it to Hill, left side. He'll get inside the 10 and get bottled up. Breaks free enough to get down to the 5 yard line. That'll be a gain of about 6.5, and it'll bring up a short second down for the Timberwolves.
That penalty was as big as Valenta's sack a little bit earlier. And again, I don't know what they were looking at, but that's a big penalty.
2nd and 4 for the Timberwolves. 1 receiver right, 1 left, handed off to Hill, and he's bottled up right at the 5 yard line. No, give him right back to the line of scrimmage, and that'll bring up 3rd down and short for the Timberwolves.
After that penalty, if you could hold them to a field goal here, that would be fantastic.
1:05 left in the third quarter. Cedar Park can still get a first down inside the 1 yard line. They have it 3rd and 4 right now from the 5. 1 receiver right, 1 left. Hill to the left of Arp. Far side hash mark. Snap back. Hand it to Hill. Right side. He dances. Falls forward, but he's going to be stacked up. The push is going on, and he goes backwards. It's going to be at the 2 yard line. and that's going to be short of the first down. So now a decision here for Coach Quintero. Does he go for it on 4th and 1 from the 2, or does he kick the field goal? Clock continues to run.
Going to be an interesting call. And, Wally, what we got to remember is later in the fourth quarter, that timeout that Coach had to take for Cedar Park could be a big factor.
Cedar Park's going to go for it here on 4th and 1 from the 2. One receiver right, one left. Arp, far side hash mark. Snap back, hands it to Hill. He goes forward, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Cedar Park. So the big penalty whistled on Valenta gives them an automatic first down inside the red zone. And the Timberwolves convert with 14 seconds left here in the third quarter, and they take the lead 20-14. The extra point attempt coming up here for the Timberwolves.
That was a circumstance where the Timberwolves had a short field to begin the drive with. The Georgetown defense did good, stepped up, but that one mistake, that one penalty was very costly.
Cedar Park lines up for the extra point. The snap is back. The attempt is up, and it is good. 14 seconds left, third quarter. Cedar Park 21, Georgetown 14. Eagle football continues on the SHN Network here in a moment.
Holden's first half stats in the third quarter are brought to you by Graham & Sons Land and Cattle Company. Graham & Sons Land and Cattle Company is a cow-calf operation here in Central Texas, growing calves, cotton, corn, and wheat for commercial customers. Austin Graham and his team of crazy cowboys and cowgirls produce some of the best tasting meat that the First Responder Broadcasting team has ever eaten. Thank you, Graham & Sons, for your support of our broadcast of Georgetown Eagle football. Eagle fight never dies.
Here at Gupton Stadium, we got 14 seconds left in the third quarter. Cedar Park takes it 37 yards from the Georgetown 37 and puts it in the end zone to take a 7-point lead over your Georgetown Eagles. They will get ready to kick it away here back to Georgetown. And the kickoff. Far side. Fair catch whistled for, or signed for, and taken at the 8-yard line by Garrett Lloyd. So Georgetown will have it 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Kelly ordered that one up, and it came to fruition. So Georgetown's offense has got to get to work here, trailing by 7 with 14 seconds left in the third quarter.
You'd like to see them attempt something kind of down the field to at least make Cedar Park start respecting the fact that they can go deep, because they really have not thrown anything past 10 yards all game.
2 receivers right, none left. Haul you back to the left of Boris in the backfield. Boris, a clap of the hands. Now everyone looks to the sideline for the play call.
They've got Xavier Warren at the bottom.
Xavier Warren, the far right receiver, as Hollybeck goes directly behind Boris. Now Weisheimer in motion to the right side of the line. Snap back to Boris. He'll hand it off to Hollybeck. Comes to the right side, trying to get outside. There was a face mask, and there comes the penalty flag in. And that'll be a big penalty there on the Cedar Park Timberwolves. I'm assuming that was a face mask. It looked like it here when Hollybeck tried to get outside the numbers. He was taken down at the 32-yard line, or 27-yard line.
There we go.
And it was a big face mask call on the Cedar Park Timberwolves. So instead of 2nd and 8, it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Eagles, all the way up to the 42-yard line. So a big play there on the Timberwolf defense, a big penalty. It cost them 15 yards after the run, and now Georgetown has it 1st and 10 on the Borrow from Morrow first down. Clock goes running here with 5 seconds remaining, and Georgetown will not get a play off to end this third quarter. After 3 complete, Cedar Park 21, Georgetown 14. After a timeout, we'll be back with fourth quarter action here on the SHN Sports Network.
Mesquite Creek Outfitters is located at 704 South Austin Avenue in Georgetown, Texas. Come enjoy a refreshing drink, a light menu, chat with friends, and maybe even shop a little bit. Mesquite Creek Outfitters is the host of the Eagle Nation Coaches Show every Wednesday. The show is live at 6 p.m. at MCO.
And we head to fourth quarter action here at Gupton Stadium. Georgetown trails by 7 to Cedar Park. Georgetown has it 1st and 10 at the 42. Quick pass out in the right flag. Xavier Warren spins, and he'll be stacked up about the 48-yard line. A gain of 6 brings up 2nd and 4 for the Eagles.
It's his first touch.
What's that?
It's his first touch of the game right there, Xavier Warren.
Wow. They got to mix this up and start trying to get this defense on their heels.
Quickly back to the line go the Eagles. One receiver left, two receivers left, one right. Boris fakes the pass right, rolls out to the left. He'll dump it in the flat to Weisheimer, tackled up around the neck. No penalty there. The clock continues to run, and it's going to be a loss of 1 back to the 47. They ought to bring up 3rd and 5 now for the Eagles.
Sure tackle out there in the open field, and if he can break that, he's got to score. But this is he's going to gain a lot of yards, but this is a good tackling Cedar Park team.
So the Eagles have it 3rd and 5 at their own 47-yard line. They've got to get to the 48 of Cedar Park for a first down. 3 receivers right, 1 left. Warren, the lone receiver left. Back off to the right side of Boris, near side hash mark. 10:55 on the clock. Boris, a clap of the hands, a snap back. Boris looking right, looking left. He's going to throw it up to Warren. Warren goes up for it. Pass interference on Cedar Park. McLaughlin can't believe it, but he was draped all over Warren, pulling on him. And that'll be a big first down for the Georgetown offense.
It's going to be interesting what these calls are, if they offset or if they're both on Cedar Park.
That is the only penalty on it.
Wasn't there a flag back here?
I didn't think so.
Oh, I thought the referee threw a flag.
1st and 10 for the Eagles into Cedar Park territory, down to the 38-yard line. It's a 15-yard pass interference, and now Georgetown, an empty backfield. 3 receivers right, 2 left. Boris on the near side hash mark. 10:49 left in the game. Boris looks right, throws it out in the right flat, catch by Callaway. He'll spin towards the outside, and then 4 defenders will take him down, but not before he gets to 36. It's a gain of 2, brings up 2nd and 8 for the Eagles.
That last play, shot down the field like Holden was talking about a little bit earlier. Noah had time to throw a pass down the field and actually didn't get the completion, but that pass interference was big.
The Eagles offense has it 2nd and 8. The 36 of Cedar Park. 10:15 left here in the ball game, trailing by 7. 2 receivers left, 2 running backs in the backfield on either side of Boris on the far side hash mark. Now Callaway will empty out to the left. Hand it off, Hollenbeck right side. Nope, throw all wide open. Jacob Weisheimer, touchdown Georgetown. What a play fake and what a pass across the middle. Kelly, touchdown Georgetown. Jacob Weisheimer.
That was in the middle of the field.
That was a beautiful play. The fake to Hollenbeck, and the Cedar Park defense was all triggered on Hollenbeck.
Yes.
Weisheimer took off straight down the middle of the field. The pass was a beauty from Boris, and the Eagles an extra point away from tying this one up at 21.
And that's what the gaps are. Whenever you get the play action fakes, the linebackers are going to come up and bite. So you hit him right over the top, just like you saw.
And it was a beautiful pass on a beautiful route, all alone for a tud.
G-Town Lumber and Supply, extra point attempt, hometown service like none other. Aaron Guzman will kick it away. The kick is up, and it is good. 10 minutes, 2 seconds remaining in the ball game, and we're tied up at 21 apiece. Georgetown and Cedar Park. Quick timeout. Georgetown football continues here on the SHN Sports Network.
This season's starting lineups are brought to you by Aesthetic Dentistry of Georgetown. The mission and purpose of our aesthetic dentistry team is to help provide a quality life with healthy and beautiful smiles. We want to develop relationships with our patients and always provide an amazing experience for them. Let us help you determine if a highly trained cosmetic dentist is the best option for your smile. We're located at 3622 Williams Drive, Building 2 in Georgetown, Texas. Visit our webpage at www.aestheticdentistrygt.com or call 512-819-9100.
Back here in the JCT Memorial Broadcast booth, brought to you by JMTs. Visit them, jmts.com. Omar and Susie Tompkins, proud owners of JMTs, proud supporters of First Responder Broadcasting. The Eagle Football Booster Club scoring drive summary. Holden, bring it to us.
That one was 5 plays, 75 yards, 2 minutes, 12 seconds, finished with Jacob Weisheimer's 36-yard touchdown reception, a beautiful play-action pass. Defense completely bit because that's all we've been doing, running the ball. Hit him right over the middle. Easy touchdown to Jacob Weisheimer.
And now the Syntex shirt and embroidery kickoff. Whether you need one shirt or 100, there are no minimum amounts on any custom pieces. Call 512-818-1012 or stop by 1911 North Austin Avenue in Georgetown, syntexshirt.com. Aaron Guzman tees it up, and he'll kick it away. All square at 21. Near side, a little pooch kick. It'll be fielded at about the 16-yard line. Up past the 25, and then hit and taken down about the 29-yard line. No marking there, and it's Cedar Park will take over. 1st and 10. At their 20 now, make it the 30-yard line. One side has the 29, one has the 30. So we'll see where they spot it to start off with. It looks like it'll be at the 29-yard line. 1st and 10 for Cedar Park. 9:57 left in the ball game. And what we thought, boys, a good one, 21-21.
It's a dandy. I'm enjoying this football game.
Cedar Park comes out, far side hash mark. 2 men off the left end of the line, 2 off the right of the line. Bunch formation. Snap back, and it's on an end around. He pitches it forward. The catch made, and coming to the near side and falling forward by Trey Hill. He was lined up out of the backfield on the far left end of the line, and that's all the way up to the 39-yard line. Enough for a Cedar Park first down.
What a great play call there. You pull 2 of your linemen out, pitch the ball to one of your guys, and he just follows the beef.
A different running back in the backfield. Hill to the left end of the line. Shotgun snap back now. Pitch it the other way. Number 18 goes to the left side, but he gets nowhere. Good tackle there. Landry Leggett read that one. That'll be a loss of 2 back to the 37. That'll be 2nd and 12. Carter Wool on the end around pass there. And that went nowhere. Landry Leggett, a great read from the linebacker spot to take him down for the loss.
And at that Mike position, you don't get to see Landry's speed a whole lot, but he was able to just turn on the speed and catch up to the running back or the receiver who got the pitch and put him on the ground for a loss.
2 receivers left, 1 right. Now the slot receiver left in motion right. Snap back to Arp. He's looking to pass. He's pressured up the middle, and he's going to go down sacked at the 30-yard line. Who's got that sack right there? Is that going to be Caleb Rieger again?
It is.
Caleb Rieger, a big sack there. Now instead of a 3rd and 10, an incompletion or a first down, it's a big loss all the way back to the 30. It's 3rd and 19 for the Timberwolves.
I said on the first defensive set that Georgetown had, you'd hear Caleb Rieger a lot tonight, and we sure have. He's been all over the football field.
2 sacks of Arp here in the second half have both been big. Now a 3rd and 19, 2 receivers left, 2 right. Snap back to Arp. He's looking to pass. Pressure coming. He has to step up. He tries to throw. Now he's going to scramble. He looked like he was past the line of scrimmage. He throws it downfield. The catch made inside the 30 of Georgetown. The defensive backs let him get away from him. It looked like Aiden Arp crossed the 30 when he threw it. Kelly's going to take a look at it. But another 3rd and 19, and the Eagles give up a first down to Cedar Park. Inside Georgetown territory at the 26, 1st and 10. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Snap back, hand it to Hill, left side. He's hit at the 30, or at the 25, and taken down there. That'll be a gain of 1 and bring up 2nd and 9.
He wasn't over the line of scrimmage. It's good. He was actually straddling that line of scrimmage, and his entire body has to be beyond the line. So the danger whenever the quarterback has that much time to scramble is those receivers getting away, and we saw that long game because
and before the play started, there was 2 receivers kind of stacked and only 1 DB on them from the outset. So there was 2 guys, and 1 dude was trying to defend both of them. You see the result.
2nd and 9 for the Timberwolves from the 25 of Georgetown. 1 receiver right. Hill in the backfield to the left of Art. Far side hash mark. Snap back. Hand it to Hill. He comes right side. He's hit at the 25. Breaks free. Gets forward to about the 22-yard line. That'll be a gain of 3. And that'll bring up 3rd and 6 now for the Timberwolves.
Well, this might not be a bad time for a timeout.
Could be an injured player, number 3. I think it's Luke Hawley. He fell to the ground.
I didn't mean that kind of timeout.
Luke Hawley did, but he gets right back up, so he'll be all right. So he'll stay in the ballgame. They're not going to make him leave.
Yeah,
now they will make him leave. So Luke Hawley will come out. The Eagle defense will get set up here on 3rd and 6 for the Timberwolves.
This is a big 3rd down in this ball game right here because you're in the 4th quarter, and this game's going quickly. Don't know how many possessions you're going to get. Again, if they can force Cedar Park into a field goal, that is a game-altering stop.
3rd and 6. Go ahead, Holden.
Cedar Park's at 7 of 10 right now on 3rd down conversion rate.
3rd and 6 from the 22. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Snap back to Arp. He's looking to pass, looking right. Pressure up the middle. Dumps it out in the right flat. Wide open. Down past the 10. Pushed out of bounds about the 6-yard line by Garrett Lloyd. Goes number 84. That is Ethan Lutke. Cedar Park brought him all the way across the field. He was left wide open. Cedar Park has it first and goal at the Georgetown 6.
That's the risk when you send the all-out blitz there. Oftentimes you do leave a guy uncovered in the hopes that you're going to get home. You don't get home. They hit the wide open guy.
One receiver left, none right. Snap back to Arp. He'll hand it to Hill. Cuts back at the 5, and he's hitting stacked up and taken down immediately there. Nice tackle by the Eagle defense. On that tackle, getting up off the bottom of the pile is Landry Leggett. What a read there by Leggett to shoot that gap and hit Hill, and he went nowhere. Keep him at the line of scrimmage. Second and goal from the 6.
Just a solid tackle because he's in motion, then he's not. And then falls back with Landry on top of him.
Second and 6 for Cedar Park. 6:05 left in the ball game. 21-21. Snap back to Arp. Hand it to Hill. Right side. He's hit and taken down. It looked like the ball might have come out. It did not. He gets down to the 4. They're going to mark him at the 3. That'll bring up third and goal from the 3-yard line. Nice defense there to get that stand as Hill had a kind of an open hole there for a minute. Closed quickly by the defense.
I'm seeing random penalty flags. You're seeing random fumbles. It's a great night.
Beautiful night of confused football. Third and 3. Cedar Park has it. The clock is inside 5 minutes, 35 seconds left. 21-21 your score. Cedar Park third and goal from the Georgetown 3. One receiver right, none left. Harp in the backfield, but he's not going to get this play off. Coach Griffin was out about the 10-yard line yelling for a timeout and finally gets it with 5:25 left here in the ball game. We'll take it with them. 21-21. Back with more Eagle football in a moment.
Kickoffs are brought to you by Syntex Shirt and Embroidery. At Syntex Shirt and Embroidery, we offer a variety of unique custom clothing and gifts, as well as personalized embroidery for gifts, schools, fundraisers, businesses, and more. Whether you need one shirt or 100, there are no minimum order amounts on any custom pieces. Ask about our military discounts. Stop by our shop at 1911 North Austin Avenue, Suite 103, and check out our in-stock Spirit apparel. Visit our website at www.syntexshirt.com, the official outfitter of First Responder Broadcasting.
Out of the timeout. Both teams have called one timeout here in the second half to have 2 remaining. And more importantly, Cedar Park has a third and goal from the Georgetown 3. One receiver right, one left. Hill off to the right side of Arp in the backfield. Shotgun snap back to Arp. Fake the handoff. He rolls, hits the tight end. Complete for the touchdown. And there's a flag. I think it's going to be on Cedar Park. Alex Wilson is clapping. Looked like some celebrating going on by the Timberwolves. We'll see who they call it on. A discussion by the refereeing crew.
Boy, if it is against Cedar Park and it's an unsportsmanlike conduct, you take it on the extra point.
I think you do and back them up 15.
Answers that question.
It's impossible to call unsportsmanlike conduct on number 18 of the defense. Yvonne Espinoza does not play defense for Georgetown and would not be on the field defensively. And Coach Griffin and the staff are out on the numbers trying to ask what's going on.
Good.
There it is. It's called on number Carter Wool of the offense, and Coach trying to argue that and finally gets it right. Now do you take it on the kickoff and let them kick from their own 30-yard or 25-yard line and get better field position? What do you do here? The leg, we saw the leg of the field goal kicker earlier. His field goal would have been good from 45. He'll line up for the extra point with 5:21 left in the ball game. The extra point is up, and it is good. So with 5:21 left in the ball game, Cedar Park leads at 28-21 over Georgetown. Timeout. We'll be back with more fourth quarter action here on the SHN Sports Network.
First Downs are sponsored by Borrow from Morrow. Longtime supporter of our broadcast, Matt Morrow and his team are dedicated to providing the best mortgage experience possible. They do that by offering easy-to-use mortgage tools, including a handy mobile app, competitive rates, and assistance from experienced loan officers. Matt's loan officers understand local markets, have access to a wide variety of loan programs, and are ready to guide you through the process. Your family, your future, our focus. For your mortgage needs, remember Matt Morrow, Borrow from Morrow. For more information, visit borrowfrommorrow.com. NMLS number 464148.
here in the JMT's sponsored JCT Memorial Broadcast booth. JMT's provides customized apparel and promotional items to small business, schools, and nonprofits. JMT's has the experience and confidence to take on any order. Visit www.jmts.com. Awesome setup there at JMT's. Got to pay a visit the other night on Halloween night and visit with Omar and Susie Tompkins and the family. And what a setup. I tell you what, it drives me unbelievable, the operation they have there. Ready to put something together for your business at any point. And Omar's turnaround is fantabulous. Cedar Park will kick it away from their own 25-yard line after the unsportsmanlike conduct after the touchdown. So Georgetown will drop the two kick returners back about their 15 to 20-yard line to take this kick. So we'll see what the Timberwolves do, leading it by 7 with 5:21 left, and it's a good kick. It'll be fielded right at the 20-yard line here on the near side, up to the 25, cuts back at the 30, gets around a tackler, and Garrett Lloyd will be taken down just short of the 30-yard line. Be marked down at the 29, and Georgetown will have it 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line. So not much difference there. Cedar Park does a good job of covering that kick and only gives Georgetown an extra 4 yards. And Georgetown has some work to do here with 5:14 left in the ballgame, Kelly.
There's no reason to panic. There's no reason to get out of your scheme. You just, again, you have to do your assignment. You have to take care of what you have to take care of. This offensive line has to protect Noah and give him some time when he drops back to pass and open up some running lanes.
3 receivers right, 1 left. Gavin Calloway in the backfield to the right of Noah Boris. Now Hollyback to the left. Snap back. Boris will pitch it to Hollyback on the end around. He'll cut back up and get back up to about the 30-yard line. A gain of 1 after all that, and it brings up 2nd and 9 for Georgetown.
He ran about 26 yards to gain that 1 yard, too.
The Eagle offense.
The kind of interesting thing about running a speed option play with a quarterback that hasn't really demonstrated an ability to run is that they're not really worried that Boris is going to take off and scramble. So they were kind of keying on the pitch game.
One receiver right, handed off to Hollyback right side. No, Boris keeps it. Little shovel pass out to the left. Gavin Calloway, and he'll be hauled down about the 33-yard line. Nice tackle there by Cole McLaughlin. He'll celebrate like he's never made a tackle in his life before. And Georgetown now has it 3rd and 6 from the 33.
I thought he grabbed a face mask, but
the way Calloway buckled back down the other way, I did too. I thought he had something called there.
If you zoomed in there, the line judge kind of gave 2, like, hey, chill out. Like he waved at him, talking to him.
How about you toss the flag on the excessive celebration? 3 receivers right, 1 left. Hollyback in the backfield to left to Boris. Near side hash mark. Man in motion's Calloway. Snap back to Boris. He's looking right, looking left. Now he's scrambling for his life. He's going to throw on the run. Has Hollyback down, but throws over him as Boris is thrown down to the ground. No flag there on roughing the passer, and it's going to bring up a 4th and 7 for the 4th and 6 for the Eagles. And Coach Griffin's going to have to go for it here. Nope, he's going to send his punt team out with 3:57 left in the ball game.
I am blown away by some of the things that have and have not happened tonight.
Georgetown will put their punt team out there. Brady Man stands at the 20-yard line. Back deep for the Timberwolves. Their return man stands at the 35. James down calls for it. It's back to Man. He'll get the punt away. Low line driver. It's going to be fair caught at the 38-yard line. Cedar Park takes over 1st and 10. Their own 38 with 3:52 left in the ball game and a 7-point lead, 28-21. The catch was made at the 38. They'll spot him at the 39. So Cedar Park has it 61 yards from the end zone. It's defense. It's now or never here for this defense to make a stand.
Excuse me. They're going to have to take some chances now and try to throw off the rhythm of this offense. I think you're going to see a heavy dose of the run by Cedar Park on this. Not take any chances, try to run this clock out.
1 receiver right, 1 left, tight end to the left end of the formation. Hill to the right of Arp, middle of the field. Stands Arp, shotgun snap back, hand it to Hill, left side. He'll get to the 40, and he's hit and taken down there. And somehow they spot him at the 41. Forward momentum, gain of 2 yards, 2nd and 8 now for the Timberwolves.
So what's important to keep in mind is that Georgetown only has 2 timeouts, so they are not going to be able to stop the clock all 3 plays.
You got to make sure you don't give them a first down here and then save your timeouts if you can. Try to get a good stop. Cedar Park back to the line. 3 receivers right, 2 left, empty backfield. Arp stands alone on the far side hash mark. Clap of the hands. Now he'll look to the nearer side. Cedar Park takes their time. 3:15 left on the clock. Harp a clap of the hands. The snap is back. Pressure coming. He's having to scramble to the right side for his life. Here comes pressure again, and he's going to throw it. He's outside the tackle box. No receiver anywhere close, but he was scrambling for his life. Landry Leggett gave a pursuit that had to make Arp nervous.
There's a penalty at the top of the field.
Flag on the far side of the field in front of the Georgetown line of scrimmage at the 35. Stops the clock at 3:02. And we'll go to the crowd, Mike. See if we can hear the umpire on his call here. And there's no flag. Brings up 3rd and 8 for the Timberwolves at the Georgetown, or at the Cedar Park 41. They've got to get to the 49-yard line for a first down.
And they stopped the clock there, too, with the incompletion. They were trying to set up a screen play, and it got blown up right at the D-line spot. And if that happens, you don't really have many other options as a quarterback.
Arp got outside the tackle box, throws it away for the incompletion, and now a 3rd and 8. The Eagle defense, a chance to make a stand here. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Arp gets the snap. Pressure on the outside, dumps it out, and it's overthrown. On the near side, the incompletion, but a penalty flag on the far side of the field again. We'll see what they call on the far side of the field.
It's got to be a hold.
So the Georgetown defense does what they had to do, Kelly. 2:57 left here. Odd play calling there for the Timberwolves. They threw 2 out of 3 downs and 2 incompletions, stopped the clock both times. And now Georgetown's going to get this back with 2.5 minutes or more left in the ball game as the Timberwolves drop back to punt on 4th and 8.
They could have forced Georgetown to burn both their timeouts and had no timeouts left and run that clock down under 2 minutes. But
Callaway stands.
Do not hit the punter.
Callaway stands at the 25-yard line. The snap is back. They go for the block. They don't get it, but it's a shanked punt, and it goes out of bounds. It's got to be about the midfield area. The ball hit over at the stands of where they're going to mark it at the 49 of Georgetown. 1st and 10, Georgetown has it near midfield with 2:49 left in the ball game. A big shanked punt by the Timberwolves have given Georgetown everything you could ask for, Kelly. Over 2.5 minutes remaining. 51 yards away from the end zone to tie it up. You got to love the situation. The offense now has to go to work.
If you could order up a 10-yard punt, that was the time for it.
2 receivers left, none right. Hollybeck in the backfield to the right side of Boris. Boris will step up to the line and call the play out to the offensive line. Now Hollybeck moves left side of Boris. Far side hash mark. 1st and 10 from the 49 of Georgetown. Snap back, fake the handoff. Looks left, looks right. Now Boris is going to scramble wide open. Now a flag comes in. 3 flags in the backfield. You got to think that's going to be a hold there on Georgetown. Let's see what they call here on the Eagles. And it's going to be a hold whistled on number 75. I believe that's Grant Hargrove. So the hold will make it 2nd and 10 for Georgetown, back to the 39-yard line.
It was a hold. Yeah, it was a hold.
Georgetown's got 7 penalties for 75 yards in this game, and a lot of them have been big-time conversion-type penalties like personal fouls.
1st and 20 from the 39-yard line. Bunch formation, Hollybeck to the right of Boris. Far side hash mark, snap back to Boris. Looking to throw, plenty of time, throws it down the seam. He overthrows, and it's intercepted at the 31 of Cedar Park. The return on the way, up past midfield, misses by, splits 2 defenders. Some penalties in the backfield here. This will come back a little bit. It's still going to be an interception. Cedar Park takes it away. Number 7, Garrison Cockrell on the interception. Returns it into Georgetown territory. But several flags thrown back on the Cedar Park side of the field. A hat thrown as well. They'll sort this one out with 2:27 remaining in the ball game.
And it was after the interception. It's on the return, so Cedar Park will maintain the ball. Pretty good chance they're going to be able to run out the clock. 1 first down, this game's over.
You just got to think that was kind of a rush decision. He had Xavier One in the flat. If he looked at the close side to us, to your screen, pretty much wide open, but kind of forced the ball there down the field when he really didn't need to.
On 1st and 20. Forrest takes a shot down the seam to Holubeck. It's overthrown, and Cockrell gets the interception for the Timberwolves. And now some discussion between all of the officiating crew. And now the referee will call it out.
There's 2 flags on the play. After interception. We have personal foul. Georgetown.
That's
We have Holden. Cedar Park. Holding Cedar Park. That penalty is declined by rule. The personal foul.
So the referee called out a bunch of different things and a lot of confusion.
and pointed the wrong way.
Declined. Cedar Park is accepted. Cedar Park will keep the ball. First down.
So where's the ball going to be?
So
I have no idea. That should have been reversed.
he called a personal foul on Georgetown, but pointed to Cedar Park. Called a holding on Cedar Park, pointed to Georgetown. Said the Cedar Park's is declined, Georgetown's is accepted. Nonetheless, Cedar Park gets the ball. The thing is, the hold is enforced after the interception, and so that will back Cedar Park up deeper in their end zone, in their end of the field. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. So a break for the Eagles as Cockrell returned it well into Georgetown territory. 2:27 left here in the ball game. And now Georgetown defense pressured again here. Snap back, Cockrell hands it to Hill, or Arp hands it to Hill. He'll get a loss of 1 and a quick timeout by Coach Griffin. Nope, he's going to let it go here on this down. He's only got 2 remaining. So with 2:15 left, Cedar Park has it 2nd and 11 from their 37-yard line. Nice play by the defense there to stop Hill for a loss of 1. 2:05 on the clock. It continues to run. Arp has 2 receivers left, 1 right. Snap back to Arp. He's going to look to the right. Throws it. The catch made it to 35, and the receiver falls down. A loss of 2 and a quick timeout by Coach Griffin with 1:55 left. And Cedar Park, it makes you wonder why Coach Quintero is even taking a chance throwing the ball. But a good catch there. You got to give credit to at least Zane Claybrook. He actually caught the ball, but he loses his footing, falls down at the 35, a loss of 2, brings up 3rd and 13 now for the Timberwolves.
Sure would have been handy if he would have dropped that football and saved us a timeout. I don't understand why they are taking a chance on a pass. Who was it? Darryl Royal said on a pass, 4 things can happen and 3 of them are bad. And he's been a football coach a lot longer than I've been critiquing football coaches. I don't understand the play call.
But and you think back, Kelly, in 5 plays from this offense to try to run out the clock, they've thrown the ball 4 of the 5 times. Let's see here, 4 of the 6 times. And so you wonder why Coach Quintero even takes that chance. But there, I tell you what, Claybrook does himself, Coach Quintero, a favor by making the catch, but it's a loss of 2. So now the Eagles down to 1 timeout. 1:55 left here in the ball game. 28-21, Cedar Park leads it. They have it 3rd and 13 from their 35. They've got to get to the 47 for the first down. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Trey Hill in the backfield. You've got to imagine they're going to hand it off and just run the ball.
See, and there's that defensive lineup. You've only got 1 guy out there on 2 receivers.
Snap back. Arp looking to pass. He's pressured. He throws across,
there
and a catch at the 50. Made there, and now a tackle there. There's a face mask on the defense on Alex Miller. So it's a first down, and that's going to end this one. That's going to allow Cedar Park to run the clock out and win this ball game. 2 men stacked up on the far side of the field, and Jaheim Dowd over there by himself. And 1 man cut towards the post and made a beautiful catch. Nice throw from Arp. And that'll give Cedar Park a first down well into Georgetown territory. Be down to the 29-yard line. 1:48 left in the ball game. Cedar Park is going to run this one out now as Georgetown only has 1 timeout remaining. The clock started. Arp gets it, hands it off to Hill. He gets forward for about 4 or 5 yards. Let's see where they spot him down. They'll spot him at the 25-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 4, bring up 2nd and 6, and Coach Griffin will take his last time out with 1:35 left in the ball game. Quick timeout. Back with the end of the ball game here on SHN Sports.
If your car, RV, or heavy equipment needs glass to be replaced, Pro Glass can get the job done in no time. Windshield chip repairs in under 30 minutes, no appointment necessary. Our local family-owned business stands behind its work with a limited lifetime warranty for as long as you own your car. Ask about our senior discounts. Pro Glass of Georgetown, located at 2303 South Austin Avenue in Georgetown. We are the Central Texas choice for RV, heavy equipment, and auto glass since 1998.
Back here live, Gupton Stadium inside the JCT Memorial Broadcast booth. Cedar Park has it 2nd and 6 from the 25 of Georgetown. 1:35 left in the ball game. They lead by 7. Harp will get the snap back. He's looking to throw. He's going to try to throw it up. He's almost sacked. Now he's going to scramble to the 25, and he's going to be knocked down at the 22-yard line. Stays inbound. The clock runs under 1:25 seconds remaining. It'll be 3rd and about 3 for the Timberwolves.
Disappointing loss. You had opportunities, and this is going to send us to 4th place in district.
Quickly back to the line. Arp gets the snap, hands it off to Hill. But that is going to be blown dead with 1:05 left in the ball game. False start on the Cedar Park Timberwolves. We'll back them up and make it 3rd and 8 with 1:05 remaining. Georgetown can't stop the clock.
That penalty did, though.
And that, exactly, it's the best thing that could happen. But the fact that Cedar Park is running plays, they're not even kneeling on it to run the clock out.
I don't understand no victory formation right now.
How bad did Cedar Park lose to Consolidated, though? That may be the difference they're going for to get to number 2 seed with this win. 3 receivers left, none right. Hill to the right of Arp. They sit at the 32-yard line, 27-yard line, 3rd and 8. Arp looking to pass, and he's going to be sacked. And he'll go down back at the 37, 36-yard line. And Coach Quintero is going to take a timeout with 57 seconds remaining.
Why?
What is he doing?
The clock could have run out all the way down to 20 seconds, and you kick a field goal, you punt the ball. Why do you call timeout there?
So the ball's back to the 36-yard line, and that'll be 4th and 17.
He's trying to get the points.
At the risk of turning the ball over on downs?
So a timeout to Cedar Park. So we'll take a quick one with them. Eagle football continues in a moment.
Mesquite Creek Outfitters is located at 704 South Austin Avenue in Georgetown, Texas. Come enjoy a refreshing drink, a light menu, chat with friends, and maybe even shop a little bit. Mesquite Creek Outfitters is the host of the Eagle Nation Coaches Show every Wednesday. The show is live at 6 p.m. at MCO.
Here in the JCT Memorial Broadcast booth, 4th and 17 for the Cedar Park Timberwolves with 57 seconds remaining. Getting some ideas here off of our chat. We appreciate the update. We were trying to figure out how bad they lost to Consolidated.
Doug Crumpler gave us the info.
They need to win by 12 to jump 2nd seed to get over Consolidated to take the 2 seed and have the home playoff game. So Coach Quintero is going to go for the end zone here. Georgetown's got to be prepared for it. 3 receivers right. Arp is going to throw this one up, and Georgetown, they get batted down, will have a chance to have a first down. Pressured. Arp steps up. He's going to have to scramble. Throws on the run. Caught at the 19 and taken down. It'll be just enough. Nope, they're going to mark him at the 20-yard line. He's going to be short of a first down. Georgetown's going to get the ball back with 50 seconds.
Wow. We got a chance.
So Georgetown has it 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line with 50 seconds. I thought he caught it at the 19. He did not get forward momentum.
He thought he had the first down. He came up.
He caught it at the 19 and got knocked backwards. That was not a good spot on for Cedar Park. They kind of got hosed on that one, but
one for 27. And so Georgetown gets the ball back on the turnover on downs. And like you talked about, Holden, it's a chance. If they don't get the first down, they give Georgetown another chance, and Georgetown has it. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line, 50 seconds. They've got to go 80 yards to try to tie it up. Warren in motion, fake the handoff. Boris pressured from behind. He's going to be hit, and it's incomplete as he was hit from behind by Alex Grayson. But thankfully, it came out of the forward momentum and a pass, and it's incomplete, not a fumble. So Georgetown has it 2nd and 10 at the 20 with 45 seconds remaining.
Well, and that incomplete pass is actually not a bad outcome right there, because if you stay on your feet for 4 or 5 seconds trying to gain more yardage.
Now with spread formation. 2 receivers right, 2 left. Hollybeck in the backfield to the left of Boris. Near side hash mark. Now Hollybeck will empty out to the right. Swing pass out to Hollybeck in the flat at the 20. Gets a couple of blocks outside and out of bounds at the 25-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 3rd and 5 with 39 seconds remaining. Gonna have to do more than that every 5 seconds. You can't get 5 yards and get down the field fast enough for the Eagles. 3rd and 5 here at the 25. 39 seconds left. Far side hash mark. 2 receivers right, 2 left. Hollybeck in the backfield with Boris. Boris gets the snap back. He looks right. He's going to throw it right. And it's just outside the outstretched arms of Yvonne Espinoza. It's incomplete. Brings up 4th and 5. 35 seconds remaining here in the ball game. 28-21. Cedar Park leads it by 7. As it sits right now, Georgetown will drop to the 4 seed. A&M Consolidated will be the 2 seed. Cedar Park the 3 seed. Georgetown needs some help here on 4th and 5 from the 25. 3 receivers left, 2 right. Morris in the backfield, far side hash mark, snap back, rushing 3, dump it out the flats again at the 25. He'll get up past the 30, knocked out of bounds at the 33-yard line, 32-yard line. That's enough for a Georgetown first down. Borrow from Morrow first down. 29 seconds remaining.
They're going to have to do something down the field. You got 29 seconds. Enough time to get maybe 3 or 4 plays off.
That seemed like the perfect opportunity to get him with a pump fake and then a go route on 4th and 5. You know defense going to play aggressive.
3 receivers right, 1 left. Snap back to Boris, near side hash mark. He'll step up in the pocket, throws it. Here comes the hook and ladder, gives it to Gavin Calloway the right side. He's got to get out of bounds, and he does outside the 40, the 42-yard line. 20 seconds remaining. Another borrow from Morrow first down for the Eagles. A good job there. Calloway almost went in front. He is able to get behind. Espinoza pitches it to him. Calloway gets the first down and out of bounds. 1st and 10 for Georgetown at the 42.
That's a play we haven't seen this year.
That is. I was about to ask about the hook and ladder, old Boise State of old. 2 receivers left, 2 right. Snap back to Boris. Offsides on the defense. And now they cannot call that false start. The defense cannot jump and make it. Now the line judge from this side is going to go to talk to the line judge from the other side. That's got to be a defensive jump there. Unbelievable.
Oh, wow.
Unbelievable.
It's Georgetown's 9th penalty for 95 yards in this game.
I do not see how that was a false start with the jump on the far side. They call it a false start. Georgetown has it 1st and 15 now.
There was no movement on the offense. None.
28-21. Georgetown trails by 7. Twenty seconds remaining in the ball game. 2 receivers right, 1 left for the Eagles. Prevent defense here from the Cedar Park Timberwolves. Header in the backfield with Boris. Boris rolls left, another flag here on the near side. Ball start on the Eagles, 1st and 20.
That's the only time a false start can come is before the snap.
So they've reached the century mark in penalty yards.
Not going to win a game. That many penalties, but a couple of them are super questionable, especially that false start before that one. 1st and 20 all the way back to the 32-yard line. 68 yards from pay dirt. Snap back to Boris. Quick pass to the outside. Catch made at the 35. He's got to get out of bounds, and he does not. They're going to wind it. Hollybeck doesn't get out of bounds. The Eagles have 10 seconds remaining. The ball will be spotted up at the 43. Ball is down. Boris gets the snap back. He's going to spike it, and now it's going to be 4th down for the Eagles. 4th and 9 from the 43-yard line.
5 seconds.
5 seconds remaining. The Eagles in one last chance here, barring any defensive penalties. And on that, the only time we took a shot truly down the field far at Warren was a pass interference penalty that would keep a drive alive even with no time. And the Eagles have not gone back to a deep shot like that. 3rd and 9 for the Eagles. Snap back to Boris. Last play of the ball game. Boris is looking. He's scrambling. He's going to have to throw it up and does. He outthrows the coverage. And now it's tipped. Oh, my.
Golly.
The Eagles had a chance to win it, but unable to haul it in was Jacob Weisheimer. The Timberwolves went to knock it down, and they knocked it into the arms of Weisheimer at the 5 with momentum into the end zone. and he dropped it incomplete. Eagles would have had a chance to tie it up. And now the classy Timberwolves wave at the Georgetown sideline. But a ball game to remember, 28-21. Georgetown loses, and they'll drop to 4th seed in the district to go on the road next week to take on Smithson Valley in the first round of the playoffs. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll wrap it up. You're listening to Eagle Football here on the SHN Sports Network.
The season's countdown to kickoff and post-game wrap-up are presented by Pro Glass of Georgetown. If your car, RV, or heavy equipment needs glass to be replaced, Pro Glass can get the job done in no time. Windshield chip repairs in under 30 minutes, no appointment necessary. Our local family-owned business stands behind its work with a limited lifetime warranty for as long as you own the car. Ask about senior discounts. Located at 2303 South Austin Avenue in Georgetown, we are Central Texas' choice for RV, heavy equipment, and auto glass since 1998. Visit our website at
Back here at Gupton Stadium, your Georgetown Eagles fall 28-21 to the Cedar Park Timberwolves. A chance there at the end on the Hail Mary. Boris hung it up all the way down to about the 5-yard line. And it looked like number 7, Garrison Cockrell, instead of hauling it in or batting it sideways out of bounds, batted it back down towards the field. Weisheimer, it hit in his hands and unable to hold on to it. It would have taken him into the end zone for the touchdown. The chance to tie it up at the buzzer. And instead, the Eagles fall to the Timberwolves 28-21. District 11 will shake out this way now. College Station, the district champions, they finish in the 1 seed. A&M Consolidated will jump up and finish number 2. Cedar Park will be the 3 seed in District 11, and Georgetown will fall to the 4th seed in District 11 for the playoffs. We'll go on the road to Smithson Valley in the by-district round next week. As soon as that gets updated, that'll be put out on social media, so check that. So Georgetown finishes the season at 6-2 in district, or 5-2 in district, 6-4 on the year. A&M Consolidated finishes 5-2, and Cedar Park 5-2 in district, 7-3 on the year are those two teams. And so an opportunity there at the last, a crazy play, and you can't bank the whole game on that. But a lot here for Georgetown to take in and work on and swallow before a tough road game to open up the playoffs on the road at Smithson Valley.
Yeah, and that's going to be not the task that you really wanted in the first round of the playoffs. You go from hosting a game to 4th seed, traveling to Smithson Valley, a very, very, very talented Smithson Valley team that's going to be as good a football team as we saw in College Station.
And credit given to the Cedar Park Timberwolves. They started out rough in the season, and they have turned it around here in the last few weeks and have gone on a run to be in the playoffs at all, and then now be in the 3 seed with this win tonight to avoid Smithson Valley that Georgetown will get now. Consolidated jumps up to number 2, so they'll host next week in College Station alongside College Station Cougars. And so all that'll shake out. Dave Campbell's Texas football website, a great place to go for all the playoffs. UIL, you can search UIL football playoffs. They'll have brackets up, and all those will be updated along with social media during the week as soon as those games are set for all the teams.
Wally, we do want to let folks know right now we do not know for certain that we will have the broadcast. If we do have the broadcast, it will be on the NFHS network. NFHS, UIL own all the playoff rights, and they are very strict in control of those. It will be a pay site, $10 a month. Folks, sorry, but we don't have any control over that. We will let you know as soon as we know if we have the broadcast or not.
So with the Georgetown Eagles fall here 28-21 tonight to the Cedar Park Timberwolves and Gupton Stadium, they end the regular season at 6-4 and 5-2 in district play. For Dave England, who is in College Station. Congrats to Emily and the England family on their celebration tonight. For David, we appreciate all the help this year. Next week, we should be on the road. We're going to put in for it and try to bring you Eagle football, but bear with it. And NFHS controls on that, like Kelly said, and so we will see how that one goes. But nonetheless, the Eagles fall here in the season finale of regular season football, 28-21 to the Cedar Park Timberwolves. For my wife, our producer, Jerry Ann Harmon, for Kelly DeVoll, for Holden Tuma, I'm Wally Harmon. Thanks for listening to First Responder Broadcasting presentation of Georgetown Eagle football live here on the SHN Sports Network. Have a good weekend, and remember, it doesn't cost you a dime to be kind.